hear you on Zoom. Can you check your Zoom meter in the bottom? Is it still working?
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's working.
Perfect.
It's working.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
That was the longest sound check in the
Yeah,
history of the
man.
podcast. No worries. This always happens. It's the usual. Okay, guys. So I'm glad like some of you are here. Hrithik, you're live from your end, and we're live here. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a basic sort of a premise. We're trying to work out YouTube and Instagram at the same time by some very jugadu methods. And I think it's sorted now. But guys, if you're watching this, I just want to tell you right in the beginning that we will move to YouTube. The link is in my bio, mixed with Varun. And Instagram is having some issues. It's not a great conversation somehow. Okay, Hrithik, thank you so much for coming to this
I appreciate it, man.
conversation. Yeah,
Glad we're doing this finally after like 2, 3
after
weeks of
three
planning.
weeks, after 3 weeks of
Yeah.
trying to
3
get
weeks
this
of planning.
going. Um,
Right.
okay, the main thing is that I want to introduce Hrithik, and we'll get into all the important things that we have figured out that we need to discuss for everyone who's watching this. Um, so Hrithik is the founder of Parallax Productions, which has now become Prod by Lax. So he talks
Wow.
about having consistent branding, but he had to go through some changes to finally find his right branding. So what I understand is that even if you become master of marketing, you're always learning, you're always
Yeah.
modifying, tweaking. So Parallax
Right.
Productions is same as Prod by Lax. That's Hrithik. Okay, I met him in audio engineering school. He was one batch senior to mine, but then after that, he's had a phenomenal journey over the last 2 years or so. And this is my goal to explore that for everyone who's doing the same work as we do. And maybe you have questions, maybe you want to know what's going on. All right. So, about Hrithik, I think you started playing music at 7, right? When you were 7 years old or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
bro. I
wow.
started playing when I was 7. My father, got me that Casio SA50 that everyone has played, I'm sure,
Sweet.
when they were kid. Yeah. So that's when I started. That's the start of my journey.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
Hrithik started playing music at about age of 7, and at about 13, he got very serious about it. We'll explore that in a second. Eventually, after school, he ended up with a bachelor's degree that's a BTech, right? That's an engineering degree
Yeah.
from Shiv Nadar near Delhi, right? So
Yeah.
something led him to BTech. While he played in rock bands, I'm guessing there was a lot of rock bands, metal bands, etc. Yeah, was it
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They
Hrithik
like
is
we did that circuit. That
so
fetch circuit.
the festivals and the competitions,
Yeah.
the bad sound systems,
Right.
all night slots. So Hrithik did BTech in Delhi and played bands, the whole usual thing. If you are a musician and this is something you go through. Okay, then he went to SACAC. Was it right after? What was right after BTech?
Right after the BTEC. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so right after
Yeah.
BTech, he realized. I'm guessing this is my assumption. He realized, bro, music to karna tha. So
Right.
we'll just talk about all this, that
Yeah.
why and what. But that's where I met Hrithik. A lot of moments were shared outside the gate of the college. And
Lot of
a
interesting moments.
lot of interesting moments were shared. That's where we developed some kind of a connection. At some level, we started chatting about
Yeah.
things. Um,
Right.
I picked up a lot of things from Hrithik because I had opened music production Logic X Pro for the first time ever, and Hrithik knew three DAWs already by then pretty well. I was like, bro, ye kaise hai, matlab. So he was a good guitar player, good keyboard player, and a producer and a mix engineer already at the same, like, he had all the answers.
Not
This
really.
you kind of had
Not
all
really. Not
all
really.
you
Not
had a
really.
lot of answers in 2018, in the summer of 2018.
Yeah,
So
you can say that.
the thing just unfolded. The world only got to know later, but I think we started seeing glimpses of things like way back early as that. Okay, so
Right.
after finishing SACAC, that's the audio school that we've both been to, love and hate both. Every school, every life, everything important in your life is love and
It's
hate.
all cool, man. It's all
It's all
love.
good.
It's all
Yeah, it's
love.
all love.
Yeah.
And well, making music is a frustrating process sometimes. I would just add that and throw that in there. वो हो जाता है. You like
Yeah,
something too
yeah,
much,
yeah.
it can become
But
a painful
that is a
thing
part of
sometimes.
the process. Yeah, that is a part of the
It's
process.
it's a part of something you like to do. So
Yeah,
just you really get into it, वो थोड़ा self exploration करनी पड़ती है फिर. Anyways,
right, right.
after finishing SICAC, uh, Hrithik moved to Bombay. I had come back from Bombay, and Hrithik moved to Bombay. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
He worked at NZ for a while. He worked at Yashraj Studios for about half a year or so. Got
yeah,
mentorship under Vijay Dayal, which must have been amazing.
right.
And
It was
uh,
pretty crazy, man. That's all I can say.
and then a lot of shit happened, and MTV
Yeah,
Hustle happened somewhere
MTV
around
hustle
there.
happened.
So let's
Yeah,
now let's you know what, let's not move forward. There'll be a lot that we wouldn't have discussed in detail. Let's go to the
right,
beginning. Let's go to the
right.
beginning and let's just talk about this for a second. That what's up with 7-year-old and playing music? Like
I don't, I don't
yeah,
really know, man. Like, so my father, I told you, know, that my father got me that Casio wala keyboard.
yeah.
So he, like, the first song surprisingly that I played was, I don't know if you've heard of that song, Ek Pyar Ka Nagma Hai, that old Bollywood classic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that tune, he just, played it, and somehow I was able to, figure out what notes
Nice.
were making that melody. So that's where I think it all started. Like I had a curiosity about music and sound in general, but I had to still find the ultimate voice, or you can say that. So that, but then fast forwarded to when I was around 13 years old. I was in ninth class, 2009. Like, how a teenager is around that time. So then it still, because of my father, he randomly calls a guitar teacher out of nowhere, and he just told me that you should start learning guitar now. And that's what. And I had I was like just a normal kid. Like I used to play sports and all that, all of that shit. But then when I found this guitar, and I started learning songs about it, it
Yeah.
suddenly became like, I was doing it like 24/7, you can say that.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you could pick out a melody as a kid. That's one of the natural things that some people can do. They can
yeah.
pick out a melody. They
Right,
can
right.
sing
I
in
think
tune. Yeah.
I think I always, I don't know. I think I was naturally, you can say, gifted with the ears that you
Yeah.
can say,
Yeah.
that relative pitching and all. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm a perfect pitch, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that relative pitching, I think I was
But
born with it.
that's a beautiful
Like,
start. It always
yeah,
helps. You're like, अरे कुछ तो
yeah.
जानता हूँ music के बारे में.
Yeah, like
Innately.
it was never like I had a melody in my mind and I was not able to translate it. It was never like that.
Wow.
I could
Okay.
figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's beautiful, man. I had to do so much
right.
ear training just to be able to do that.
Yeah, man, but
But चलता है.
that's what people do, man. That's what people
Yeah.
do. I
Yeah.
just got lucky, I guess.
नहीं यार मतलब पता है I've thought about it a lot. There is actually like a little bit of a culture, your surrounding, and also there's a little bit of training around it. Some people are able to do it, some people are not able to do it. Why and how? And that's a whole different conversation. It's neural,
Definitely, yeah,
and it's your
yeah. It's a
surrounding. It's
lot
a
of
couple of things.
variables, lot
A
of
lot of
variables,
variables. It's very
lot of
interesting approach,
variables. Yeah,
but it's something that can be learned for sure. Anybody,
definitely, definitely.
most people, like
Yeah,
99% people can definitely learn. uh,
learn the
that
skill to
1% is
pick
actually
it up.
who have physical deformities with their listening. It's not got anything to do with musical ability,
Right.
So
You can say that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like what people.
But to a certain extent, what I feel is that you really can't teach someone how to listen. You know,
Huh, yeah,
like
you can guide
like
them a little
when
bit, but
you can guide them, but they
they have to figure
eventually
it
they'll
out.
have to figure it out on their own. Like you can't exactly teach someone how to listen to certain things certain way. Like
Yeah,
how people listen. Like if you talk about engineers, like like Vijay Dayal, let's take
yeah,
his example.
yeah,
So he is a very, he's a very precise, he's got a very precise listening. Whenever he's EQing, I got lucky enough that I used to sit beside his mix sessions.
yeah.
So I could see how his workflow was, and I feel I'm very lucky that I witnessed that. And he could pick out the resonances like straight away, and he knew where the resonance is, and he'll just pick an EQ and notch it out. So I think that skill you really can't teach. You'll have to figure it out on your own.
Practice, right?
Yeah, practice
Practice
basically.
plus guidance. Nobody can just tell you कि वहाँ पे उसको चीज को सुनने का आदत डालो.
Right.
वो तब धीरे धीरे हो जाता है. So
Exactly.
pretty interesting. So you could pick out
Yeah.
a melody as a kid. Then your dad. So I'm guessing your family was supportive enough कि हाँ, like you're playing keys. Now learn guitar also. Bought you a guitar. This is also a struggle
Yeah,
for a lot
man.
of kids. मतलब guitar लेने में
Right,
ही
right,
बहुत fight होती है.
right,
So
right. I
that's
agree, man.
that's beautiful.
I've been yeah, I can totally agree with that. Like I've been very lucky, and I've got like I've been grateful for the parents that I've got because they've supported me from the start. And even though like I had like I had 2 3 guitars, but then I wanted more guitars to explore, and so they never the like second guessed me that this you don't need, or
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it's the kaan chala lo. Whatever they can do with the best of their ability, they did, and
That's
I'm
pretty
grateful for
cool,
that.
man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
thank you, Hrithik Experience, because if they didn't do this, like
Right.
a lot of this inspiration, a lot of these beats maybe would be like stuck somewhere, like hota hai. So you want to talk about Mr. Ren Gonzalez a little bit? What kind of a person
Yeah,
was he?
man.
Like,
Like
kya scene tha wo?
he, so he's. I think he's been the most important person in my life. He was the guy. He was the guy who taught me how to play guitar, and
Nice.
sparked my interest towards this. Because eventually, that 7-year-old experience with that keyboard, I don't think that was enough for to spark that ultimate.
Correct.
That what do you say? That fire inside me. You can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But when I started playing guitar and got into rock music and Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, and all of that, that teenage phase. I'm sure you must have
Feel to tabhi aati hai.
like Linkin Park in the end, and
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
these bands. 2009, 2010. So that was when I knew that this is what I would want to do in the future, but I still was not sure about that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the BTech thing happened, because I was not sure enough to take. And you can also say there was not much exposure. Like even my parents don't knew didn't knew much about audio engineering at that time, or like what were the career aspects in music. So that can contribute to the BTech thing. Yeah.
Man, yeah. My teacher, his name was Michael Bodra, okay? He also came out of
So
nowhere. School में आ
yeah.
गए एक दिन, and he only came to teach guitar. So we had a common music teacher
Oh,
who
all
taught
right.
everything. This guy came to teach
All
guitar. I
right.
was like, I want to learn from this fellow. And then पीछे पड़ गया
Oh,
कि जब तक सिखाओगे नहीं ना घर नहीं जाऊंगा. Like, so yeah, man. There's always this one person who
yeah.
triggers, who makes you listen to some rock records, and you're like, oh my God, music can mean so
No, and
much.
even this is a very interesting story. So
Yeah.
I used to have a friend. His name was Persh.
Okay.
So prior to that, my teacher, Mr. Ren. So he was training me, in a very classical way,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
very like I was listening to a lot of classical music, and even like old Bollywood classics and all of these. So I was learning chords and chords combination, chord progressions, but it was never like I was full on into rock and stuff. So this friend, he called me in his like in his house one day, and he used to play guitar as well. So he started playing this song called Guns N' Roses, "Sweet Child of Mine."
Ooh,
So when I listen to that song, no, the solo जो Slash का आता है, that solo when
goosebumps.
Slash ripped that solo, and I had goosebumps all over my body, and that's when that's exactly when it all started. I'll say, like
Definitely.
right now you were just talking about that person who triggers it out of nowhere.
Yeah,
So
plays you the
that's
first rock
yeah.
record.
So
Yeah, man.
I think that you can call it universe at play, or like you can call it that, or you can call it a random event, but it is what it is.
Yeah, bro, कुछ हो जाता है
Yeah.
मतलब
हो जाता है, चांस हो
और
जाता है, चांस की
या
बात है. Right.
जुनून भी बोलते
Right.
हैं हिंदी में.
जुनून
कुछ तो हो जाता है. This is true.
कुछ
So,
तो
but then I so you were pretty, like, music was exciting for sure. You and me, like,
right.
but school ends and you're like,
हाँ.
I got like a degree in journalism. because मतलब पता नहीं था और क्या कर सकते हैं. Like, so my
Yeah.
path was like that. What
So
made you pick this
right.
BTech engineering thing? What was it like?
Bro, I always loved science. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
saying I was the brightest, like,
right,
first aata tha class man, all of that shit.
right, right.
But I always, got intrigued by physics and, science in general. But वो बाद में आके पता चला कि बीटेक में इस लेवल की साइंस पढ़नी पड़ेगी, तो वो थोड़ा
Cal
बाद में गलती गलती रियलाइज हो गई अपनी.
calculus से वो नहीं हुआ.
कैलकुलस एंड ऑल नहीं, बोरिंग की बात नहीं है ब्रो.
नहीं बोरिंग
जस्ट
नहीं, कैलकुलस से वो नहीं हुआ कि भाई ये क्या है भाई. मतलब लाइक
ब्रो
दैट.
वो तो हर चीज में था ब्रो. बीटेक में तो ऐसी ऐसी चीजें पढ़ ली कि मतलब अभी कुछ समझ ही नहीं आता. बट
What
व्हाट व्हाई
what
आई थिंक But why
okay,
I think I got lucky in a way is because a lot of audio electronics and all of this stuff is
correct,
correlated
correct,
to the
correct.
physics and electronics that I learned in BTech. So I kind of got a very good start when I went to Yashraj, और वहाँ पे इतने सारे compressors and all of these racks and all of these complex routing. When I saw, I think it helped. I think it
Yeah,
definitely helped
yeah, yeah.
because
Um,
I already had that technical look at things.
yeah, yeah. And when you even
Yeah.
someone sort of talks about a tube or a diode or a resistor, things make sense in your head. You're not like, "Bhai, pata nahi kya hai,"
Right.
matlab, like.
Right.
So definitely,
Totally.
man.
Totally.
I come from a family where everybody studied science. Like
Yeah.
I was reading science books even though I took up journalism. Like it was a normal
Mm.
thing. I took up journalism because I was like music journalism करूँगा.
Okay. Music
मैं
journalism.
हाँ, I was like मैं
वो
रिव्यू
तो फिर भी
लिखूंगा.
रिलेटेड वो तो फिर
हाँ,
भी रिलेटेड है ब्रो. वो
मतलब
तो
मेरे
फिर भी
को
रिलेटेड
मेरे
है.
को म्यूजिक से कुछ आसपास करना था, ज्यादा आइडिया नहीं था, बट आई वाज लाइक मैं
हाँ.
एल्बम का रिव्यू लिखूंगा नेक्स्ट, जो भी मतलब आते हैं
हम्म.
ना.
हाँ.
लाइक आई यूज्ड टू हैव अ वेरी कीन ईयर इन द सेंस के आई यूज्ड टू नॉट लाइक सर्टेन मूवीज का सॉन्ग्स, आई यूज्ड टू लव सर्टेन मूवीज का सॉन्ग्स, एंड आई यूज्ड टू लाइक
हाँ.
I want to somehow be related to this, not just movies but
राइट.
whatever, Mohit Chauhan and all these things that happened by then, Silk Route and all
अच्छा
that.
अच्छा अच्छा.
Matlab,
ओ ऑलराइट.
those things hit you, Bollywood, Indian music also thoda bahut.
राइट. राइट.
Anyways,
राइट.
so I understand BTech also. Okay, it plays out with music. It's also a thing to do that most of us are told ke kar lo.
या या या.
But yeah, we are still getting this. Check, check. Yeah. Okay.
या
Hey, Instagram guys, please go to my bio and go to YouTube. थोड़ी देर में Instagram
या
बंद हो
मैन.
जाना है. ठीक है? Anyways, okay. So BTech happened, but during BTech you
राइट.
realized कि audio engineering seriously करनी है, that kind of a thing. Uh,
यार उस टाइम पे मुझे पता नहीं था वो भी. आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू माय डैड ब्रो. माय डैड आउट ऑफ नोवेयर फाउंड मी दिस कोर्स कॉल्ड ऑडियो इंजीनियरिंग एंड म्यूजिक प्रोडक्शन
Man, I got
इन
डैड को बुलाओ पॉडकास्ट पे.
SACAC. भाई
डैड को
डैड को बुलाओ
बुलाओ. साथ में
ब्रो.
बैठते हैं, ये पूछते हैं कि ऐसे डैड भाई मतलब मैं कुछ नहीं, ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहता बट मुझे भी चाहिए
या
लाइक.
ब्रो. बट आई डोंट नो मैन.
That's
मतलब मेरे
amazing,
मेरा.
man. That's amazing.
So I always knew that I'm not that 9 to 5 person. All right, I
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
do that 9 to 5 because even prior to that I had experienced it. I worked in Hotstar as as a testing engineer. So I was in Hotstar as a testing engineer, and I like did my internship for 2 months.
Okay.
And in those 2 months I knew that this is not that I will be doing in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that I was sure about, but this audio engineering thing didn't strike in my head. And but then luckily my dad was searching for careers in music, and
Right.
somehow he stumbled upon this term called audio engineering.
Perfect.
So naturally what happens is, if you are curious about something, you'll go to Google and type it in your place, like
Correct.
audio
Correct.
engineering courses in Delhi.
Correct.
So that's what he did, and he found out about SECAT. So I think I got lucky
Were
again.
you, man, that's amazing actually.
Yeah.
Were you using a DAW before getting into SIGAC? Like थोड़ा बहुत
Obviously,
कुछ
yeah.
है ना?
Yeah. I had released a full on, a full song
Okay, sweet.
before before joining SECAT. So yeah, let's talk about this. So
Yeah.
this is also a very random chance that
So you're
happened.
playing
So
guitar, you're in college, bands
yeah,
are happening. Yeah.
I was just a a guitarist. Like, I was not a producer, I was not a music maker, I was not an engineer. I was just a guitarist. You can say I
Right.
was just a musician.
Right.
So where I always had this urge to make my own songs and make my own music, but I never actively searched for ways to do it. you know it because of circumstances, because of I was like my head was not in the right time, or like right place, that thing. But during the third year of my college, my friend, I was just playing guitar. I didn't have enough money to buy a guitar processor. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know how costly guitar processors can be.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
being a BTech kid, I
to
didn't have enough money to get a like a guitar pedal. So
right.
that friend, his name is Ayush. So Ayush, he gave me his sound card, and he gave me a sound card and told me that, bro, this is the sound card. You connect your guitar, इसको अपने laptop में लगा, and
Nice.
install bias FX, and you'll get great tone. And I was like, let's try this out. I took his sound card, went to my room, plugged in it into my laptop, a very shitty Windows laptop, by the way, 2013, 2012 Windows laptop.
Whatever you get to start with.
Yeah, totally. So I plugged it in that, and like when I played my guitar, oh my god, like the tones that I was able to get out of that like $7,000 ka sound card.
Mm-hmm.
That so then that thing opened, a whole window of audio and mixing and mastering and EQ and
So what?
compression.
Which year was this in college?
This was 2016. This was
So
2016.
like
So I
first,
was
second year,
I,
third year,
I was in the third year of my BTech.
third year. Okay.
Yeah, I was in the third year of
सही.
my BTech.
So
Yeah,
गिटार टोन चाहिए था और खुल
yeah.
गया DAW. वो तो
DAW खुल
अंडरस्टैंडेबल
गया
है.
bro.
लाइक वो तो होना ही
Yeah.
था, मतलब बहुत
Yeah,
बढ़िया.
yeah, yeah. और उस टाइम पे ब्रो, मतलब I didn't have money to buy plugins. I can openly say that I was using cracked plugins that time.
Yeah.
because I
Stock और
didn't
crack.
because
हाँ.
stock and crack, because I
Yeah.
had to learn things, and those plugins were pretty damn expensive.
या
Like
कोई कुछ दे
how
देता है उस टाइम पे, उसी को चला लेते हो.
चला लो या stock सीख लो,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and I don't like I'm not like promoting piracy and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're just using it to learn, I don't think there's anything bad with it. But if
Yeah.
you once you start earning money out of it, I think that is wrong. You can't do that.
Yeah, and also when you start doing professional projects, even one chotu
Yeah,
thing for a professional, another client now, your
it's very
your
yeah.
system has to be
You're
very reliable then. If your
right,
project doesn't open for some reason or it loses some settings, you have some
right.
omnisphere crack and next day the settings are gone, it starts with a stock patch, your sound is gone.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I'm
So
very
it's not
sorry
worth it.
that
It's
that
not worth it. Yeah.
that Pude, that you'll hear that music,
It's
bro.
cool,
That very
man.
famous.
It's our life. Okay, let me just jump at some questions. Guys
Right.
who are on Instagram, come to YouTube. Square Wave Studios के चैनल पे चल रहा है, ठीक है. वहाँ पे क्वेश्चन टाइप करो. यहाँ पे ये बहुत रैंडम होती है चैट. So someone has asked questions. Okay, I'm just gonna go jump at
Yeah.
them while your कोड़ा वाला
Cool,
guy
man.
goes.
Cool.
हिंदी
Cool.
में म्यूजिक थ्योरी. I think one of us will start something like that. करना ही
हिंदी
पड़ेगा.
में म्यूजिक
ये
हिंदी
काफी
में
क्वेश्चन
म्यूजिक
पूछा जाता है. हाँ.
यार,
क्योंकि यार मतलब
just a sec.
या श्योर तू
Let
नो
let
टेंशन.
people enjoy the music.
या So, उसका भी जिंगल
Bro,
किसी
we
ने बनाया है.
bro
दिस
we
इज
can
आल्सो
sample
वर्क.
this.
दिस
Bro,
इज
we
आल्सो
can
वर्क.
sample this, man. We
या
can
वी कैन सैंपल
sample
दिस.
this, bro.
इसी की बीट बना देते हैं.
Mr. Beat. So yeah, so हिंदी में म्यूजिक थ्योरी, bro. देखो म्यूजिक थ्योरी का ना क्या सीन है. Honestly, I am not the best person, and even I think Varun knows I'm not the best person to get any advice on music theory, because I have never professionally learned it. Matlab, the scene is music theory. I think is needed, but is not necessary. So
हाँ. अगर
that's what I can say. If you are able to like, I don't know, man. I'll play my guitar, or even I'll play the keyboard while programming. Some melodies will, like come out of me naturally, and I won't think, oh, this is like C minor to G minor, and then some modal interchange and all of this. These things don't come to my mind that time.
या
That time I'm just focused on getting the idea
the
out. I don't
feeling.
know. I don't know about you, how you approach it, but
Yeah,
that's what I how I do it.
I had to study like a lot because my ears, I needed my ears to get help के नाम पता होता है तो sound समझ आ जाती है, that kind of a thing. So our brains, some people are able
Right.
to latch on to sonics a lot more. Some people need to understand it intellectually to be able to process it. So
Right.
just to finish this thing, यार हिंदी में music theory is actually a very good thing and there are a few people working on it. And if you maybe follow the right channels, मिल जाएगा. अभी नहीं तो थोड़े
Yeah.
time में मैं इस पे काम करने वाला हूँ और मेरा एक फ्रेंड है सौरभ सुमन, वो काम करने वाला है इस पे। तो ना पता है प्रॉब्लम क्या है, सॉरी ऋतिक, लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड इंग्लिश में जो वो यूट्यूब पे सिखा देते हैं म्यूजिक थ्योरी, तो जिसको सीखनी है ना उसके लिए हिंदी में होनी चाहिए। तो इफ सम पीपल आर वाचिंग दिस एंड यू थिंक यू कैन टीच इट इन हिंदी, बना दो कोर्स, डाल दो, मतलब फॉर दोज हु वांट टू लर्न इट शुड डेफिनेटली बी अवेलेबल,
Bro,
है ना
Hindi में तो
मतलब।
I think I don't know if you know about my YouTube channel. I started my YouTube channel in February and I
हाँ हाँ,
could not continue it because of work and this Corona shit.
या या,
But that time when I started with posting all of the videos in Hindi
करेक्ट
because
करेक्ट, प्रोडक्शन
I'm
वीडियोस,
like if I am focusing on the Indian market because there are already a lot of videos
एग्जैक्टली,
doing it in English, teaching it in English.
व्हाट
So
मेक्स यू डिफरेंट,
what makes you different? And there's less competition in Hindi.
या,
So that's why I started with Hindi, and there's no problem, man. Like it's our mother tongue. I don't have
या,
any shame of like doing it in Hindi or like there are
नो नो
surprisingly some people who feel shameful of speaking in Hindi.
ब्रो,
Like I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
ना ना ना, आई हैड टू, या मतलब भाई लाइट थोड़ा लाइट
Yeah,
कर लेते हैं वहाँ पे, आप डार्क हो रहे
yeah,
हो बहुत।
right. अब सही है ना?
How much better now? Okay, so Hindi में
Yeah,
music theory, yes, it's an important
right.
topic. I would just say more content should be there on this. कोई ना कुछ बहुत बढ़िया बनाने वाला है very soon. Okay,
आएगा भाई
okay.
आएगा.
A lot of people are your fans. They're saying messages like big fan and sending hearts. And when
Oh,
बहुत
bro.
सारे लोग बोल रहे हैं तो अभी सबका नाम लेने में टाइम निकल जाएगा. But shout out back to all of you guys for being here.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
This is awesome. Someone asked, मेरे पास sound proof नहीं है room, बट मेरे पास
हाँ.
माइक है, मुझे कोई मिक्सिंग मास्टरिंग टिप्स दे दो. दीज थिंग्स आर ऑल अनरिलेटेड टू ईच
मेरे
अदर
पास
एक्चुअली.
साउंड प्रूफ रूम नहीं है बट मेरे पास माइक है तो हाँ तो ब्रो अगर साउंड प्रूफ नहीं है और रिकॉर्ड करना है सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गेट फाइंड अ क्लोजेट एक कोई अलमारी देखो जिसमें तुम्हारे खूब सारे कपड़े रखे हो और अपने माइक को सेट करो अलमारी में और उसके अंदर गा दो
हाँ
दैट इज
एग्जैक्टली, एंड
दैट इज द चीपेस्ट जुगाड़ दैट यू कैन डू राइट नाउ
that is also recording. It has nothing to do with mixing and mastering. So what I would try and say to edits music is कि understand recording
एंड
is different, learn it properly. Mixing mastering is different. उससे soundproof room तुम्हें नहीं भी हो तो चलेगा ना. I think Hrithik, what do you think?
तो मिक्सिंग मास्टरिंग पे भी साउंड प्रूफ you will need if you have monitor
हाँ
if you're
correct.
using headphones
I'm
you
assuming
don't
that.
need
Yeah,
any soundproofing. But if you have monitors, then
correct.
you will need soundproofing.
Correct. You
There
need a
are ways
quiet
to work
room.
around.
Yeah,
No, there
exactly.
are ways to work around that. Only in my Bombay studio, I don't have like professional sound treatment because I stay in a rented apartment and I'm not allowed to make changes to that. So the workaround is you place your monitors first of all on the longer side of the room, so that sound has more room to travel instead of reflecting that. The other workaround it is you mix at lower volume
Yeah.
so that you exclude the room out of the mix.
So
These
by
are
soundproofing, we are also including sound treatment, है ना?
sound
मतलब
treatment.
proof
Yeah,
for
I think
me. Yeah.
what
I
he
think
meant
he means that.
what he
Okay,
meant.
now I
Yeah,
understand. Okay,
he,
for me,
yeah.
soundproofing is outside inside insulation हो जाए कि बाहर का शोर अंदर ना आए, अंदर
Right,
का
right.
बाहर ना जाए. That
And
is
sound treatment
soundproofing.
is yeah.
Treatment is absorbing
Treatment
and
is when
correcting
you
your
absorb.
room. So edits music, please come back and maybe talk a little bit more. Feel free to drop a comment. Soundproofing में ना हम लोग we usually mean कि बाहर का शोर नहीं आए, ठीक है? जैसे अभी ऋतिक का आ रहा था, अभी मेरे घर में कोई बर्तन कुछ कर रहा है तो थोड़ा थोड़ा आ रहा है. That would be soundproofing. Then treatment is solving the frequency problems inside your room. Okay, and then
Yeah,
recording, what he said is very good. Okay, do it in a closet, right? And do it at night maybe when there is silence. That's how
silence.
we all start, right? Dynamic mic हो तो काम बन जाता है बढ़िया.
Right.
All these things. Okay, a couple of more questions. Vasu is saying he saw you locked inside your hostel room and you created your first mix and your first song, and that song is legendary, Shades of Transition. कहाँ
Wow,
मिलेगा ये
wow,
सुनने
wow.
को?
Bro, YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in Shades of Transition, Hrithik Sharma, you will find it out. That is in fact the first and the last piece of music that I have officially released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So okay guys, go to YouTube. वहाँ पे मैं कमेंट्स आसानी से देख सकता हूँ, ठीक है? और मैं ना ये वाला जो शेड्स ऑफ ट्रांजिशन है ना अभी ट्राई करने वाला हूँ स्ट्रीम करने का यूट्यूब में सीधा. Let's just try this 1 second. Okay, cool. This is a new tech thing. That's why all the Instagram guys, I'm telling you, you need to go to YouTube. But let's try this 1 second. Tell me if you guys hear it. Okay, let's see. Let's do this test. Why not? I'm gonna try and play your song though. Is it coming to you?
Can you forward it a bit?
Yeah, sure. 1 second.
Because the intro में वो थोड़ा low, volume low है.
Yeah, 1 second. My there is an audio setting also which allows me to share computer sound. So I just
Yeah, now it's coming.
yeah, beautiful.
It's
Let's check
coming
it
to
out.
me. I look so different, bro.
Yeah. You did this in school, in college.
Yeah, bro. College में. Bro, I
Okay,
think the
guys.
audience is not able to listen, so they're
Yeah.
like,
So the Instagram
the
guys,
audience is pissed.
yeah. I know. They're like, what is happening? We were
Yeah.
grooving to Hrithik's song. It's called Shades of Transition. It's a song from his school, college days.
College days.
College days. For me now,
Yeah.
all college is school, school is college. सब बराबर है. उस time पे हम पिस रहे थे तो चलता है. Okay, so back
Nice,
to
bro.
the normal stream.
Yeah.
Shades of Transition. This is why I'm trying this whole experience where we can stream particular songs that influenced us. All that is not possible through Instagram right now. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So BTech, second year, third year, you're already starting to produce. This thing happened during college. This was awesome
Yeah.
then.
This
This was
this
well
whole
mixed,
thing.
man. This is
Yeah.
well mixed for back then. What?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm guessing this is your own ideas about mixing. Nobody had taught you until right now, right?
No, bro, nothing. I just learned from YouTube, bro. I'll tell you one specific incident. It's
Yeah,
been
sure.
like six months into that YouTube grind, right? Searching for tutorials, Reddit pay, you'll search for blogs and everything. I when after 6 months of me starting to learn all of this, whenever I tried to finding a new tutorial on YouTube, I would search the filter and set it to past 1 week, because prior to that I have seen all the videos, bro. I have
Wow.
consumed all of the content that is available on YouTube regarding my niche.
Nice.
So I would set it at last 1 week and I would find videos कि अच्छा भाई ये नहीं आई है, इनमें से कुछ देखते हैं अब क्या है.
That is incredible. That's a gem. तो मतलब
Yeah, bro.
सारा कंज्यूम कर लिया, समझ लिया, जितना फॉलो कर सकते हो, प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो.
जितना I that my goal at that time was to consume as much as I can, and get hands down practice of as much as I can produce.
Wow.
And learn about this thing called audio. I got obsessed with it.
Remarkable, man. Remarkable.
Yeah.
There were no other distractions in your life, man. कॉलेज में क्या क्या चल रहा होता है यार, मतलब
कॉलेज में सब चल रहा था bro. उसके साथ सब चलते चलते ये सब भी चल रहा था. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so people are starting to ask about how to make money with beats and all. We'll get into it, guys, very soon. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get
One
into
guy is
money
asking,
making.
yeah, पहले म्यूजिक बनाना जरूरी है, कैसे बनता है अच्छा? अगर
Right.
मतलब बीट अच्छी हो ना, लोग अपने आप बोलते हैं भाई किसी और को मत देना, पैसे ले लो अभी.
Bro, वैसे ये नहीं, इस पे करेंगे हम,
I'm
इस पे
just
डिस्कस करेंगे, इस पे डिस्कस
I'm
करेंगे.
giving bad advice. Hrithik will give
Yeah.
good advice. Okay, mic है लेकिन mixer audio interface नहीं है. How can I improve my quality? Again, I think he's talking about recording quality.
माइक है लेकिन मिक्सर और ऑडियो इंटरफेस नहीं है. ब्रो, माइक है और अगर ऑडियो इंटरफेस नहीं है तो पहली बात आप अपने कंप्यूटर से कनेक्ट ही नहीं कर पाओगे, unless it's a USB mic, which I'm guessing it's not, or it can be. I don't know if you have to mention that.
Yeah, सबसे सस्ता जुगाड़ is getting a USB mic straight in.
USB
You can
mic,
record.
yeah.
Yeah, guys. So
Yeah.
if you want to record rap and stuff, मतलब if you have very little budget, I would just say USB mic ले लो, start कर
Get
लो.
a USB mic.
धीरे धीरे part by part दूसरी चीजें explore कर लेना.
Right, right.
That kind of a thing.
और even start करना है तो starting your phone microphone is it can give you a decent output depending on
Yeah.
how you record and how far you keep it. So a lot of people record it on their phone and it's not bad either.
Dolby On करके ऐप है जिसमें अच्छा थोड़ा recording हो
Yeah,
जाता
you
है,
can.
मतलब
Right.
तो it just enhances the quality like a little bit for most people. Okay,
Yeah.
so you came into Sakak, man, and then तो फिर तो full on होगी life, मतलब like
सिकाक में तो ब्रो लर्निंग एक्सपेरिमेंट
exponential.
लर्निंग,
Yeah.
हाँ कह सकते हो ब्रो. मतलब काफी कुछ सीखा, काफी मतलब सिकाक में प्रायर टू सिकाक मेरे को पता था कि ऑडियो इंजीनियरिंग कुछ है, मिक्सिंग कुछ है, साउंड डिजाइन कुछ है, बट शक्याक में जाके मेरे को एक प्रॉपर अच्छा एक बर्ड्स आई व्यू मिल गया सारी चीजों का ऊपर से कि okay, this is mixing, this is mastering, this is how you compose, this is how you produce, this is how you work with the client. So yeah, it was a great fucking experience, man.
Yeah, man. We both indebted to learning the
Yeah,
shit that we did learn there. वहाँ
yeah,
पे
right.
स्टूडियो मिल जाता है, एक जगह मिल जाती है रिकॉर्ड करने को, एक एटमॉस्फेयर मिल जाता है.
Bro, we learned so much from Gaurav
Bro,
sir, man.
so
I I do
Gulji.
Logic. We are on Logic. I shifted to Logic. That time I used to hate Logic, but then when I saw him,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Mashing.
flawlessly,
Yeah, yeah.
flawlessly running through the doors,
Yeah.
then I shifted to Logic and stuff.
Nice. Which are
Logic
the
is nice.
which DAWs do you use proficiently right
I
now or smooth?
started with I started with Reaper back when I was producing in 2016. I started with Reaper, and from Reaper I went on to PreSonus Studio One, and then I came to Logic. There was no other. Pro Tools, we learned Pro Tools
We
in
learned some Pro Tools. वो
some Pro
चलता नहीं है
Tools.
ना iLok के बिना. Okay.
विंडोज में चल जाता है, विंडोज में चल जाता है.
विंडो तो चल जाता है. That is true actually. हाँ, मतलब that is some privilege ना. Mac है तो अब कुछ चीजें तो नहीं मिलेंगी. That is there. So
Right.
okay, let's just jump to this. People are now asking MTV Hustle कैसे हुआ? मैं काम
MTV
कैसे हुआ?
हसल कैसे हुआ?
हाँ, so what,
So,
tell me, okay, मेरे को ना हसल वाला कुछ पीरियड के बारे में पता ही नहीं है, so I'm very curious कि कब हुआ, कैसे हुआ, क्या हुआ.
ब्रो हसल वाला पीरियड ना बहुत ज्यादा, मतलब देख मैं यशराज की जो इंटर्नशिप थी ना वो खत्म हो गई थी.
Okay.
तो यशराज की इंटर्नशिप खत्म हो गई थी, एंड आई वाज लुकिंग फॉर वर्क दैट टाइम. आई हैड लाइक थोड़े बहुत प्रोजेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं बॉम्बे में, मतलब वही जो ग्राइंड चलती है बॉम्बे की
Right,
ग्राइंड
right.
कैसी होती है.
Yeah.
तो वही ग्राइंड चल रही थी, मेरे पास इतना कुछ खास कोई काम नहीं था, और मतलब उस टाइम पे तो मैंने इंस्टाग्राम पे भी कोई प्रेजेंस नहीं बनाई थी. दिस इज प्रायर टू व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड मेकिंग बीट्स एंड ऑल ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम. प्रायर टू दैट आई वाज फुली इनटू मेटल एंड prog rock and prog metal and all of that.
Right.
But then after that I came to hip hop and all that commercial stuff. So yeah, so this was last year around May. I just got out of Yashraj, and I was looking for work. I got an offer from Jam 8. I don't know if you've heard of Jam 8 or not.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
I got an offer from Jam 8, but they had this clause of like some 5-year thing.
हाँ.
So I obviously didn't join it.
And maybe there's something like 5 साल में जो बनाया वो शायद तुम्हारा नहीं है.
Yeah, obviously that is there. That is obviously there, and you'll have to work for them for like 5 years straight.
So for those who don't know, Jam 8 is Preetham's production house, is it?
Yeah.
And
Jam 8 is Preetham's own production house.
There's a lot of programmers, producers, a lot of audio people working there. A lot of them working on small
huge
pits.
space, man.
It's a huge
space, man. Yeah. It's like a commercial building, and then you have all of these rooms, and in every room there is Neumann KH120s.
Yeah.
And a very good Apollo ka preamp and all that shit. So it would have been nice had it not been that 5-year wala term.
हाँ, it's a trade-off. तो
yeah, it's a trade-off. तो मैंने वो कर दिया ब्रो, मतलब नहीं हो पाया वो.
आई थिंक बॉम्बे के बारे में थोड़ा बात करते हैं, लोगों को थोड़ा सा बताते हैं. एक बंदा पूछ रहा है, हाउ डिड यू गेट योर जॉब इन यशराज स्टूडियो? वो कैसे मिली? सो दैट्स अ गुड क्वेश्चन.
यार यशराज में जो इंटर्नशिप थी मेरे को, सबसे पहले I was not doing any job there. I was just an intern there.
Right.
मेरी
internship मिलती है वहाँ पे. How do you get an
मेरी
internship there? Let's ask you that then.
Yeah. So मेरी NG की internship खत्म. You guys know that prior to Yashraj I was working at NG Studio.
And how you got the NG? Sorry,
NG was through mail. I wrote them
Yeah.
a mail and they responded and
Perfect.
they called me up for an interview, and I joined NG, and I was there for 2 months.
NG takes interns. I know that. I have a few
NG takes
friends
interns
who have
and they
interned there.
they take paid interns. Yashraj
Basic-
is you don't get paid
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Yashraj.
So NG पे you get a basic stipend कुछ तो मिलता है अपने को.
You get 5K. You get 5K per month.
बड़ा पाव कवर हो सकता है शायद. तो
Traveling.
traveling, but that's good. That's
Traveling.
good actually. So
Yeah.
so I've been to NG. I've been to that place.
Bro, NG is like professional in terms of everything.
Man.
If you are interning there, you will get to learn so much, not just about audio, but about studio etiquettes. That's
Correct.
very important. How do you deal with clients? How do you deal with your engineer, and how do you deal with the people working there. I think that's why I'm grateful for NG Studios, because I learned all of this from there. The studio etiquettes, how to how to handle studio equipment, how to fold wires the right way, how to
Yeah,
make
man.
stands the right way. Because you've seen NG how they do it, man. Everything is
Yeah.
like just perfect. Like there's no dust, no nothing.
Uh, Man, I'm feeling terrible right now. मुझे सर का नाम नहीं याद आ रहा है जो हमारे
Julian
मिक्स
sir,
इंजीनियर।
Julian sir,
जूलियन
Julian
सर
sir.
ब्रो, जूलियन सर कितने मतलब आई रियली फेल्ट ही वाज लाइक वेरी
Julian sir,
हम्बल।
bro,
मतलब
he's very humble, and he's very experienced, bro.
वेरी एक्सपीरियंस है।
He's worked on movies like Dhoom and like all of these major Bollywood movies.
वेरी काम गाय, यू नो दीज चीफ इंजीनियर्स कैन बजा सकते हैं वो, दे कैन रियली मेक योर
यार
केस इफ यू
बजाते हैं ब्रो, बजा भी रखी
बजाते।
है, और
या
बजा भी रखी है ब्रो, और उसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है.
हाँ बिल्कुल, होना भी चाहिए, सीखोगे कैसे।
वो एक
बट या
लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस हो.
या
इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ प्रोसेस मैन. यू
या
अदरवाइज हाउ विल यू लर्न मैन. थोड़ा बहुत तो
या
स्ट्रिक्टनेस होनी चाहिए ना.
Definitely. It's been a while since I spoke to Julian sir, but I would text him once in a while. I was there to just do
Yeah,
some bass sessions sometimes. I used to go there and play bass on some recordings.
right.
So certain songs they would hire me to play bass, and I would just show up there. I would record. I would leave. I was actually not interested in where this cable is going, whatever.
Yeah,
Like I would just play
bro, but
bass.
their
But
routing is
yeah,
insane.
yeah, the routing there was
And the
mad, dude.
gear that they have
Yeah,
is
yeah,
intense, man. They have got
intense.
like three, four distressors, APIs, and
Yeah,
all of
they had Manley
these
preamps.
expensive.
Yeah,
Manly, they had this 1176 by
1176s. Yeah,
UAD.
yeah,
Yeah. So the gear is awesome. So yeah. So I digress a bit. So
yeah.
this is when I was at NZ. So
Hmm.
during this while I was interning at NZ, there was an event that happened in Yashraj. वो एक सनहाइजर का इवेंट था. सनहाइजर ने स्पॉन्सर किया था. एक वर्कशॉप थी. मेकदीप बोस और आई थिंक मेकदीप बोस एंड विजय दयाल सर की ही वर्कशॉप थी.
Legend, man, legend. Make
या.
the boss
सो
also, and
वो
yeah.
वर्कशॉप में मैं गया था वहाँ पे, और वो वर्कशॉप में मैं वहाँ गया, एंड आई मेट यश, आई मेट विजय का
Hmm.
विजय सर there. I was like, sir, can I get your email, and if there is any opportunity that I can get a chance to intern under you. I have this much of थोड़ा बहुत बोला कि मतलब
Yeah,
ये.
yeah, yeah.
And then he
So,
passed me over his email, and I that's how then मेरी एनसी की फिर मेरी एनसी की इंटर्नशिप कंटिन्यू ही हो रही थी उस टाइम पे, तो इवेंट था. So I
hmm.
randomly wrote him a mail कि if there is any opportunity, you just please call me for an interview, and we'll see
Nice,
what I can do. I'm not looking for
nice,
any money or anything like that.
nice.
I just want experience.
And you
So
sent
that's
your song? Did you send your song in that? K, I
I
produced this
sent
type.
my I
You
sent
sent
my
your work,
CV.
no?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
sent
your
my work.
CV. Nice,
So
nice.
after like 10 15 days, I got a reply from him that you can come to the studio and let's see what you got. So he just asked me a couple of questions. He's like, okay, you can start coming from tomorrow. Then
Nice,
yeah.
beautiful.
So it was crazy, man. Like Yashraj ka experience, I got to work with Shankar Ehsan Loy. Loy sir knows me personally now. I we
Wow.
exchange my messages like very usually. So
Yeah,
I got to work with Sonu Nigam. I got to work with not Lata Mangeshkar, Asha Bhosle ji. We recorded her, and I
respect.
think it was yeah. So I got to see so much there that my hearing developed, and everything as a whole producer, and you can say as a whole professional, I grew.
Yeah, definitely, man. To be honest with you, I'm working every day, and then suddenly someday I feel, अच्छा 2 महीने break लेते हैं, बॉम्बे जाके internship करते हैं और कुछ सीख के आएंगे. Your mind just
Uh,
goes to another level when you're in that room with the nice sound. You get to know, oh, this
right.
is how shit has to sound. मतलब
This is how, yeah, that's exactly
that experience is very important before you start trying to figure out पैसे कैसे
figure
मिलेंगे.
out.
To know what the
Right.
sound that it's just the aesthetic, it's a feeling. वो वहीं पे
Exactly.
या कहीं किसी के साथ काम करके मतलब अच्छी जगह पे समझ आती है. What I wanted to ask you was, or what I want to tell you the guys was कि okay, so how you got the Yashraj internship was you had to put yourself out there. You had to walk up to Mr.
Out
Vijay
there.
Dayal,
Yeah.
introduce yourself, get his email, send your CV. Your CV had to be good enough for him to be like, okay, at least I can call him over as an intern and
Right.
let's see what
Right.
happens.
Right.
So you have to
Exactly.
you have to put yourself out there. You have to know
You have to
who.
you have to look for opportunities, man.
Yeah,
That's all I can say. Like
you.
opportunities, and then you have to be worthy enough. Like like Yashraj, let's say he called me up, and if had I failed that test, I would not get that internship.
There was a
So you
test,
have
bro.
to,
There was a test.
yeah, like he asked me like what the
Interview.
signal chain is, and you
Nice.
can say it was a very casual thing. It was not very
Okay.
serious,
But
but
फिर भी
he
he
was
asked you
he
some
was
specific things, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So had I not, I'll just get water. Just a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, sure, sure, sure. Guys, let Hrithik get some water. I know you're asking him the questions. I'll try to help you out because we have a lot to explore. This is amazing. My Samsung QU USB mic doesn't give quality I want. Should I? Audio should be crisp. Huh, bro. So, like, if you're not satisfied with the recording of the USB mic and you feel you can reach a better quality, it might be a mic, it might be what you can do with the recording you're making. So, once you're sure that you have learned to record correctly, you've learned to EQ and compress correctly, and your mic is still kind of, cheating you, then you probably need to get a better mic. The Samsung USB mic will just be a starting point, I'm guessing.
What is the question?
Someone is asking they have a Samsung USB Q1U USB mic and it does not give them the quality they want. Audio should be crisp and fine toned. And I was trying to say, maybe, who knows, you might. Like, I mean, I kept buying mic after mic until I ended up with a Neumann and Antelope Audio. And now I feel quality ठीक आता है. तो काफी
Right.
step by step करना पड़ता है मतलब. What do you think?
Step by step ही है bro. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to be कि starting में you will get a Neumann, or
Yeah,
let's say
exactly.
even a road NT2, which is expensive for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you will have to build up for all of this, and all of these things will come once you put your skill at play and earn off of it. That's all I can say.
Okay, Instagram guys, whoever is there, I'm telling you, this conversation will randomly end at 1 hour. वो बंद हो जाता है. YouTube पे आ जाओ. Mix with Varun मेरा प्रोफाइल है. वहाँ पे YouTube लिंक है बायो में. ठीक है? Because this thing needs to start over. ये 1 घंटे के ऊपर नहीं जाता है Instagram. ठीक है? Just telling you guys if you want to carry forward on this
Bro,
conversation.
let's
Yeah,
answer some questions
sure,
real
man.
quick
Jump
also.
in. You see something that we haven't replied to?
Bro, I want a job or internship as a producer in studio. I do music production since 1 year, so how can I approach them? The simplest thing you can do is to approach them is just find out their email and just write them up. Like you can attach links to your work, and you can tell them what you are looking for. One advice that I can give is just mention that you are not looking for any monetary gains. You are just looking for experience, and you're looking for work. Because when you're starting out, it's very important to understand that you don't have enough credibility for people to pay you. What do you think, Varun? When you're starting out, do you think people should straight up charge like money for, especially when they're starting out? What do
Yeah,
you think about
you
this?
have to be solving a problem for that studio that they would want to pay money for.
Right.
Your skill or the specific thing, and they have to be able to see it. So for that,
because
when you're
because
starting
no
out,
one
you're
is
not
going to,
ready to do that.
bro,
Yeah,
simple thing is no one is going to pay you for to educate you. Okay.
yeah,
No one is
exactly.
going to pay you to educate you. You have to educate yourself, or you have to get educated by someone, but he's surely is not going to pay you while you get the education. Education
Def-
is not free. So
Definitely.
you have to do something in return for that education. That's what interns do.
So minimum I would say is get in the door. Even if you're not getting any money, be there for a month, 2 months, 3 months. First 1 month, don't even say anything unless you're asked to say
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Very
Eventually,
true.
if
Very true.
yeah, just quietly watch and listen. If you're in a good
Watch and
studio,
listen.
especially,
Yeah,
even if you're in a average studio, if you think it's average studio, still be quiet. Wait for them to maybe ask you for help. One day you'll get the opportunity. Twice you'll get the opportunity. If you're able to prove yourself and they start to see this boy knows something, then
right.
things will themselves work out. Just get in the door. That is very important. Somehow start working at a place where you are excited about working. If you can even do that, that's epic, now.
Yeah.
That's what I would
Bro,
say.
अभी इस पे
And
आ जाते हैं
also
bro.
one thing I wanted to
Yeah.
finish was बॉम्बे में ना मोस्ट स्टूडियोज में रिकॉर्डिंग होती है और फिर उसके बाद मे बी वहाँ पे मिक्सिंग भी हो जाती है, लेकिन रिकॉर्डिंग होती है मोस्टली स्टूडियोज में. प्रोडक्शन
Hmm.
स्टूडियो में नहीं होती. प्रोडक्शन हाउस वाले जैमेट टाइप की जगह में होगी. मतलब ये.
बट
हाँ, बताओ.
यशराज में प्रोडक्शन भी, मतलब जैसे ये डिपेंड करता है कि क्लाइंट कौन है. अब जैसे
एग्जैक्टली.
शंकर
हाँ.
एहसान लॉय है ना, देयर प्रोडक्शन इज सो यूनिक एंड सो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. सो बेसिकली वो क्या करते हैं, Shankar sir, Ehsan sir, and Roy sir, both of three will sit in the studio.
Right.
तीनों अपने मैकबुक के साथ होंगे और तीनों
Yeah.
का मैकबुक होगा मिडी सिंक.
Right.
तो जो इस मैक में मिडी पोजीशन है वही उस मैक में, ताकि
Correct. Correct.
सारा जो
Nice.
तेरा पोजीशन है वो सब सिंक हो जाए. ठीक है.
Nice. Nice.
उसके बाद वो मिडी सिंक जा रहा है तुम्हारे क्लॉक में जो तुम्हें दे रहा है प्रो टूल्स,
Correct.
और वो विजय सर के कंप्यूटर में जा रहा है, वहां से डेटा, और वहां पे रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है. So that's how they used to produce in the studio, and I
In
saw
the
them
studio.
produce.
Yeah. So that is very important that a lot of directors and producers go to a big studio. They make the music right there. मतलब घर से they bring something, but they makes a lot of things right there.
सब कुछ वहीं पे करते हैं ब्रो वो.
वहीं पे it's built per hour.
सुबह से
studio
शाम तक चल रहा है.
वहीं पे म्यूजिक बन जाता है. बिकॉज वहीं पे कोलैबोरेट करना है ना, वो घर में लिविंग रूम में बैठ के नहीं मोस्टली कर रहे होते थे, कभी कभार, बट मोस्टली नॉट.
व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज को भी even the director has to listen to what they're working on, so
and they're kind of jamming it out. इस scene के हिसाब से ये changes चाहिए and all that. And what I'm trying to say is, if you make, let's say, beats, or if you do some production, you won't get probably a job in a studio, a recording studio, and they'll tell you to make music. So
you have to make your own job that time.
Yeah, then you have to make your own job if you want to make music.
If you want to make music, yeah.
So
there's one question.
PVT, हाँ bro.
There's one question Mukul More has asked. Any tips about money making with beats? Where to sell them or publicize them? Yeah, man. So beat making and beat selling is a different world altogether. There is a lot of competition, and there are people who are earning a lot of money, bro. A lot of money. Like I'm not even kidding. Like 2 to 3 grand per month easily.
US dollar.
Dollars. I'm talking about dollars. Bro.
Yeah. So 3,000 US dollars. Yeah, लोग कर लेते हैं. 2,000-3,000 US dollars.
कर लेते हैं, bro. So yeah, I'm sorry. One call.
Yeah, work is coming.
Yeah. So yeah. So for beat making, first of all, you need to understand that you obviously need to have good beats. That's the number one priority. कि पहले आपका your product should be at a certain standard. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने एक महीना हुआ है बीट बनाते हुए and you are like, okay, I'm a beat maker, I'm selling the beats, buy my beats, and you are like spamming all the other rapper that you find online. That is not the way. That is how a lot of people do it, but that is the wrong way. The right way is to first get better at your craft. That's the utmost important thing. Second thing would be to advertise yourself in such a way that you are showing your best side to the people, and that's the truth. Is you are showing that I am capable of doing this. You can show that by different methods. I did that by making beat making videos. I used to upload a lot of beat making videos when I was that time I was in this beat making grind and selling that time. Then we are talking about post hustle. जब hustle खत्म ही हुआ था उसके बाद, because I made like 100 to 200 beats in MTV hustle.
Yeah, so we kind of have to touch on how did we get into hustle? Like, how did you get into hustle? Sorry.
Oh yeah, we digress a lot.
So we digress, but it's all important stuff, man. No worries.
Yeah,
it's a natural conversation. Stuff. So how did hustle
so
happen
Yashraj
again?
So yeah, Yashraj ka bro, Yashraj internship got over, and I was looking for work. Man. I had to pay my bills, and it's one thing that I want to share is that my family supported me a lot initially when I went to Bombay, because Bombay is not an not a cheap place to be at, and especially when you have to rent a place and do traveling and go from this place to this place, and even a lot of things are not cheap there. So that time my family was supporting me, and I'm thankful for them to do that. But I had to change it, and I had to figure something out so that I can start taking care of myself and take care of myself basically. So then I remember I met Aditya Pushkarna sir. Now you also met him.
Respect. Guruji.
So I met him back in 2017 at a show, at a reality show.
Wow.
So I met him at that time, and उन्होंने मेरे से बोला था कि you don't even have to do audio engineering. मैंने उन्हें Shades of Transition सुनाया था bro.
One second, sorry. अब ये Instagram हो रहा है खत्म. Guys, YouTube पे आ जाओ. ये पता नहीं.
Guys, you can join YouTube. The Instagram
मेरी bio में है, ठीक है link. ये
Yeah,
17
like
सेकंड
isn't
में
it?
जा रहा है, इसका टाइमर शुरू हो गया.
Yeah,
We will carry on our conversation, bro. This gets distracting.
yeah,
So let's go on. Yeah, bro. So you were
yeah. So I met Adi sir back in 2017. Before joining Sekak, bro, he advised me not to join Sekak and come directly to Bombay and start working.
wow. So
But
which event was this before?
bro, life has ended.
Yeah, I know. So we're going live in YouTube through Zoom right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This carries on.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Huh. So you
So
were
this was a
yeah.
reality show. It was rock. I'm not sure if you have heard of it. Raw Star, India's Raw Star.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I have
So
heard of
this was
Raw
this
Star. Yeah.
reality. Yeah. So this was this reality show that I was at, and I met Adi sir there. That is the start of our, that is the start of our
Wow.
first connection.
That's
So then
beautiful, man. Yeah.
2 years later, I hit him up. Ki, if you have any work for me, please just let me know. I'm doing this. And surprisingly, I don't know how I started making beats even before Hustle. I had made 2 or 3 beats that time.
Mm-hmm.
I made him listen to my beats, and he's instantly like, I have this project called Hustle. It's not confirmed,
Awesome.
but if you are interested, I can get you a position in that. Like, you can produce beats for me, and you can work, but I will not pay you.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Nice, nice. I like
yeah.
this. Arey
So
bhai.
I was like,
But getting a thing from Aditya Pushkarna when he says, bro, तुम मेरे लिए बना
because
दो.
Adi sir is like, I'm lucky enough to have worked with him, bro, because he is such a he's a sorted person, man. He's
Bro,
a very sorted person when it comes to work, and he like, if you're fucked up, he won't listen to what's the reason. He will fuck your shit up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Man,
So
he
he
has a ear where he'll listen to you for 2 minutes. He'll decide if he wants to work with you or
yeah,
not.
yeah, that's right, perfect. Because
Perfect.
Adi sir, he doesn't work with anyone, bro. He works with, like, well
But
off guys, and
he will listen to almost
he will listen to. Yeah,
he will listen. He will keep putting out
yeah,
Facebook thing. I need this
right,
kind of a thing. He'll listen, man.
right,
But he's a gem of a guy. Very sorted person.
yeah.
Very like like I've just heard good things about him. Anything he makes is amazing. He's produced
Bro,
so much now. He's
his
produced so
profile is
much.
impressive, bro. He did Dangal. Have you heard of Dangal?
Yeah, bro.
दंगल का म्यूजिक ब्रो आदि सर ने करा है भाई.
He's produced so
दंगल की
much.
प्रोग्रामिंग और सब कुछ.
He knows what your next move is before you make it. Like he know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So yeah,
his Indian percussion sound, and his sound that he gets out of the Indian percussion is
man.
like crazy, man, crazy. His arrangement is crazy.
By
So
God. So so
that's how I got Hustle, man.
you had already met Mr. Aditya Pushkarna before going to Sikak. You reconnected with
Before
him
going to
while you
Second,
were in Bombay. That's a good move to do.
Bombay,
He said
right?
hustle might come up. Can you make beats for that?
Just a sec, man. Just a
Yeah, bro,
sec.
go
Can I
for it.
get this call up?
Go for it, bro. Mute kar lo Zoom ko shayad.
Hello.
Yeah. Guys, welcome to YouTube. I can see some of you are here now. Um, so let Hrithik get over this call. So if you have questions, you know what to do. YouTube के comment box में आ जाओ and drop your questions. This is easier for me to follow, and we will answer all your questions. Okay. The main thing that I want to talk to you about is कि let's say you can produce music. Number one, is it good? Number two, how to get work. Okay. So this is the approach for this conversation. तो ये figure out करना है. Ask anything related to this. Hrithik, you're back. You can unmute, please. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Hi.
you reached out to Mr. Aditya Pushkarna. He said hustle might happen. I won't
Yeah.
pay you. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. He's like, I won't pay you, and that time I had to decide, because I was still not paying my bills, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? When the fuck will money come, man?
हाँ,
It's
because
pretty.
हमें वो थोड़ा सा वो भी तो होता है कि यार हम
थोड़ा
यहाँ
वो
हैं, हम
है,
ग्राइंड कर रहे हैं, हमें
भाई
चाहिए.
ग्राइंड कर रहे हैं, इतना
Yeah.
कर रहे हैं ब्रो.
खर्चा
भाई
बहुत है बॉम्बे में.
एनजी की ग्राइंड तो ब्रो, यू डोंट नो एनजी ग्राइंड ब्रो. आई यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल 30 kilometers each
Fuck.
side. That means 60 kilometers. I
Where were
used
you
to stay in
living?
town. I used to stay in
Oh,
town,
you were
bro.
staying in town. Oh my
I was
God.
staying in town. I was staying near Marine Lines.
Wow.
This Tardeo. There's a place called Tardeo. I was staying there. So I had
Wow.
to catch a
Crazy.
local. First travel, 2 kilometers by foot. Catch a local. Then travel 1 kilometer. Then go to the studio. So Bombay grind is, bro.
Wow. So the town, yeah,
Unreal.
down to this spot. ये thankfully NZ was right on the highway. Highway के एकदम
Bro,
नीचे में है. तो but
NZ is
दूर है यार.
Goregaon, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
NZ
it's
is Goregaon.
it's east west के बीच में है ना highway के एकदम.
Yeah.
But man, that was crazy. सही. So हाँ वो थोड़ा
Yeah,
सा वो होता है कि ब्रो बॉम्बे आ गए हैं प्रोफेशनली, कोई काम कब देगा टाइप्स,
yeah.
you know
So that
and
time I was confused with that. Ki, yeah, should I take this? Should I not take this? And I eventually said that fuck it, man. It will be such a nice experience that I'll make songs for a reality show, and my song will play on the whole fucking TV, and the whole India will watch it.
हाँ ब्रो
So
लाइक अगर उस
yeah,
टाइम पे अगर बाई चांस हमारी चैट होती, आई वुड बी लाइक ब्रो सोच भी मत.
yeah. तो ब्रो
पहली
मैंने
बीट्स बना के
मैंने तो
भेज दे.
सोचा ही नहीं ब्रो,
या
मैंने
या
सोचा ही नहीं
एग्जैक्टली
ब्रो.
या
मैंने
परफेक्ट
मैंने
परफेक्ट
एक्सेप्ट कर
या
लिया ब्रो, ऑफर एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, एंड देन आई एक्सेप्टेड द ऑफर, बट midway Adi sir told me that you will get paid. He saw my work and he said that you
ब्रो.
are getting paid. Don't worry.
There you go, exactly.
Yeah,
That's Mr. Aditya Pushkarna being Mr. Aditya Pushkarna, bro. बहुत सही है.
yeah,
Amazing. So midway he says now you'll get money also. Now you're
yeah,
to another
yeah,
level.
yeah.
So you made
So
beats for a lot of those, or most of. What was the deal? What was
yeah,
your
so
job? What was your job? Yeah.
we were a team of 4 producers, bro.
Okay.
We were a
Nice.
team of 4 producers, and in total we made around 250 to 300 beats for the whole season.
Sweet.
So that's like 60 70 beats per person.
Man.
Yeah.
और वो
So
बहुत
that is,
रो मतलब
एंड
कितने
ब्रो उसमें
कम टाइम
उसमें
मिलता
सीन
है.
ब्रो
Like
उसमें सीन ऐसे होता था कि अपने को एक हफ्ता मिलता था.
हाँ.
एक हफ्ते में अपने को 4 या 5 गाने बनाने हैं ब्रो प्रॉपर. अपने पास
हम्म.
सिर्फ वोकल स्टेम्स आ रहे हैं, ओनली
Yeah.
वोकल स्टेम्स.
Yeah. Wow. And it
और
has
सिर्फ
to meet the requirement
दस
of Mr.
it
Aditya
has to
Pushkarna,
meet
like the
yeah
level
it
of
has to meet the standard, bro. It has
yeah,
to meet
yeah,
the
yeah.
standard, so that you can
So
imagine how much work would have been, and the
yeah,
deadline and the
man.
pressures.
Bro, my two flatmates were working on Om Shanti Om being produced by Aditya Pushkarna. These
Right,
guys, one
right.
guy's a drummer, one guy was a guitar player. Man, the grind they had to do because they were just learning to get up to the mark for approval. अभी नहीं हो रहा था मतलब, so they had to
It's crazy,
grind,
man. It's
man. Like it
crazy.
was mad, yeah. But
Yeah.
yes, so wow, gem
So
of experience, huh? Like
yeah, so that hustle thing went on for like for like a couple of months, 3 months, I will say,
3 months, yeah. So,
and it was like
but producers, do you ever get to be on the show? और कोई तुम्हारे को आता है तुम्हारा कि rappers are only there? Because I was looking
नहीं,
for YouTube.
रैपर्स ही थे हमारा
YouTube पे ढूंढ रहा
प्रोड्यूस.
था मैं, मुझे नहीं मिला. हाँ, so
हाँ नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं, वो
we just
टेलीकास्ट नहीं हुआ था.
yeah,
एक हमारा एक
producers.
हमारा
हाँ बताओ. Yeah,
एक हमारा था एक एपिसोड में जिसमें we were like we were called on the stage for
nice.
doing this and all that. We got the appreciation, but that was not telecasted.
Telecasted, huh? Because music producers play this role where
Yeah,
composer, even not just for hip hop and beats, even in Bollywood, अब composers producers का नाम आने लग गया. Composer का आता है, singer का आता है, बीच में producer होता है जो सारा music बना रहा होता है.
right.
Guys like Make the Boss and all, because of them, now the name is starting to come through.
Bro,
Of,
make the boss like he even he didn't get the credit for वो जो
for a
swag
long
से
time.
करेंगे,
Yeah, for a
सबका
long
स्वागत
time.
करो. It's like fucking reached 1 billion views, and he didn't get
Exactly.
credit for that only.
Yeah, yeah. You get a check, you get a paycheck at best.
This is a part of it, man. Like this
Yeah,
industry,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are loopholes.
Yeah, there are, but this is you have to accept it कि मैं computer बैठ के music बना रहा हूँ, and then this is the thing that involves it. If you want your own visibility, get your own visibility. मतलब
अपने ऊपर ही होता है
अपने
bro, वो
ऊपर
भी
होता
एक
है.
तरीके से कि
वो
आप
तुम्हें
अपने आप को किस
yeah,
पोजीशन में सेट कर रहे हो bro.
exactly.
Then it comes to leveraging your position. If you like, I don't know how many people use social media, but I'm sure a lot of people use social media.
Let's get there.
But
Yeah.
then you have to use social media as a tool to to promote yourself and to establish yourself as a brand. Because
Correct.
at the end of the day, the services that you are giving are not the product. You are the ultimate product, bro.
You are the
You
service,
are the
the
product.
product.
You are the service. You are the product. It's not the
People
beats
are
that you
hiring
give.
you.
It's not the mixing.
Yeah,
Yeah, people are hiring
exactly.
you because you have. But वही बात आ जाती है ना bro. There are like thousands of other people doing the same shit. Like एक laptop लेके, एक headphone लेके, mixing mastering services available.
Available, yeah. Beat making
So
service available.
beat making services available.
Music
So भाई
production service
तुम्हारे
available.
पास तो कोई मेरे पास क्यों आएगा, कोई उसके पास क्यों नहीं जा रहा. बात वही है.
Yeah.
लोग मेरे पास इसलिए आ रहे हैं because I have invested in my craft, I have invested in my brand. मतलब इतना टाइम हो गया, Instagram हसल वसल ये सब
Yeah,
कर करा के
वो सब करके समझ भी आता है कि how to put yourself out there.
how to put yourself out there, and then how to finally monetize what you've been building for so long.
Yeah.
That's
So I would say you would have already made 100 professional beats before you started going to sell your own stuff on your own as a name
yeah,
of yourself now.
yeah man,
मतलब
yeah,
तेरा
totally,
कम से कम
totally,
50 से 100 beats तो already publish हो चुका था, and then you said
totally,
कि अब मैं अपने
totally.
नाम पे करूँगा,
I'm gonna
like
sell my beats and stuff,
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Bro, just one thing, थोड़ा dark हो रहा है, if you can fix it, great, and then I'll also like Oh man, yeah, epic. Natural lighting. देखो कुछ हो सकता है, नहीं तो चलेगा bro. It's cool. The conversation is more important.
Yeah.
So let's explore this thing. We have to explore social media for our guys. We have to explore this thing. Okay, at what point can you sell your stuff? How good it has to be. Um, these are all very very important things. But one thing I want to say, which is mutual between the two of us, is कि पहले ना like you have to go struggle. मतलब बॉम्बे में जाके या कहीं भी किसी के साथ काम करके get your stuff to sound so good. And बॉम्बे में you know minimum expense. I don't want to sound discouraging, but minimum तुम बहुत कम रेंट पे भी रह लो, 10,000 रुपए वाले रेंट पे भी रह लो, तुम्हारा 40-50 हज़ार रुपए तो आने जाने में कहीं से लग जाएगा, खाना रेंट बिजली 40-35 विल गो. सो
35 में हो जाएगा बॉम्बे में.
हो जाएगा मिनिमम सर्वाइवल के तुम मतलब
35
यू डोंट गो आउट ड्रिंकिंग
35
एंड
में
ऑल,
हो
ठीक है,
जाएगा.
यू
हाँ
डोंट गो
हाँ
आउट
हाँ.
ड्रिंकिंग 35 में हो जाएगा, ठीक है, बट
35 में हो
save
जाएगा.
up that much for a year or something, 6 months at least before you go there, find some work, but starting में you won't get
Right.
paid. You have to
Right. Right.
learn,
Right.
you have to get your sound right. So if you're asking how do you get that quality, first your mind and your ears have to improve by being where the best quality is happening, ठीक है. If
Yeah.
you can do it from the internet, great, because सुन के काफी कुछ इंटरनेट से भी समझ आ जाता है. So one thing is get some experience somehow, anyhow. Then get some of your work out there already. Then you can become a brand, is what I feel. उससे पहले credibility का कमी है, which is what we were discussing before even our call started. कि why will people even trust you? Because everyone's selling themselves now. So
Yeah.
this is just something for the 16-15 people who are watching it live right now, but I know tons of people will watch this later on. And just understand कि क्या चीज होती है entitlement, कि भाई मैं बीट्स बना लेता हूँ, मेरी तो बीट्स अच्छी हैं, कोई सुनता क्यों नहीं है, यू नो दैट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग. भाई मैं
Yeah.
पॉडकास्ट बना रहा हूँ, मैं ऋतिक के साथ कर रहा हूँ, 15 लोग क्यों देख रहे हैं, मैं गुस्सा भी तो कर सकता हूँ, लाइक यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग ब्रो. प्लेटफॉर्म को एस्टैब्लिश करना होता है, इट टेक्स अ व्हाइल, यू हैव टू
सही बात है.
डू इट वेल. सो जस्ट ट्राइंग टू से दिस. इसको ओमनिस्फेयर चाहिए किसी को. ओके, वन सेकंड गाइस, विल कम टू योर क्वेश्चंस. ओके, just putting this out there now, coming back to Hrithik.
Yeah.
But I've been meaning to say this in the last 3-4 podcasts. के मतलब you know, figure out what's a good sound, learn how to get there, sell it to a few people first, then you can start to look at becoming a credible brand of your own self, is what I minimum believe कि वो करना होता है. I want to
Bro,
talk about yeah, बोलो.
तो बता बोल.
Nothing. I want to talk about what were the few unique things you did, which were those trigger moments कि bro मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, or things like that, you know, कि
ट्रिगर मोमेंट्स जब मैं कर सकता
like
हूँ.
some spark moments के I can do this, I can do that, you know. Okay, I'll answer this question. What's the best position for mic while recording, bro? I'm guessing you want to record rap vocals, right? Best position for recording होता है कि what instrument or what are you trying to record? If you're trying to record vocals, like rap vocals, I would say मुंह से like about this much.
There were so many calls from clients, man. I can't even believe.
लिंक भेज दो लाइव का. इतना दूर रख लो माइक, एक पॉप फिल्टर लगा लो. If for your rap vocals, I would say that would be like a good position. अगर मुझे ऐसी randomly बताना है, guessing कि तुम क्या पूछ रहे हो, that kind of a thing. Bro, nothing. Someone's asking like what is a good position for recording vocals?
No problem.
Okay, so answering a couple of questions, Hrithik, do you mind answering these questions? Someone is
Yeah.
asking, how did you manage? Anil, bro, my batchmate Anil is asking, how did you manage to produce so many beats continuously?
Bro, it's just doing it every day, man. Like when I started out, I was making one beat every 2 days or one beat every 3 days. But as much as I was doing it, I figured out quicker ways of doing the same thing. So you will get efficient at what you're doing if you do it enough times, right? That's what naturally happens. So I was making initially I was making one beat every 2 days. Then it started by one beat every day. Then it's like two beats every single day. Bro, when the lockdown started, I was making 5 beats a single day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just a repetition and consistency. That's it.
Yeah.
And developing a habit.
Yeah, someone might even start with one beat in a week and then eventually get to one
Yeah.
beat in a day.
Yeah.
Can get to one beat in an hour. हो जाता है.
Yeah.
है ना?
Exactly.
Omnisphere plug करा दे. Okay, पता नहीं यार क्या आंसर दूं. बहुत सारे आंसर हैं इसके. देखो रेंट पे भी मिलता है. हाँ, रेंट पे भी मिलता है, ये बोल सकता हूँ. मतलब
we are not allowed to talk about this.
Yeah, legit. लेजिट वेबसाइट्स हैं वहां पे $10 महीने पे रेंट पे मिलता है एक्चुअली, मतलब स्लाइस या कहीं पे तो मिलते हैं ना, सीरम वीरम, ऑल
ओमनी
दीस।
स्फेयर नहीं मिलता ब्रो, वो
ओमनिस्फेयर नहीं
प्लग्स ही
मिलता,
होते हैं, वो
प्लग्स ही
प्लग्स ही
होते हैं।
होते हैं।
हाँ, so okay, now let's talk about this thing के what did you have some of, I know you've had these spark moments के I can do this shit, like I
या
prod, how did Parallax becomes prod by Lax, like for example that's a spark moment, you
ब्रो,
know?
पैरालैक्स बिकम प्रॉड बाय लैक्स लैक्स आफ्टर हसल। एक महीना जब हसल का हो गया था,
Yeah, you,
वो एक महीना जब हसल खत्म हुआ, उसके बाद मैंने एक महीना सिर्फ बीट्स बनाई और उनकी
हाँ,
बीट मेकिंग वीडियोस डाली। ऐसा बेचा वेचा भी नहीं कुछ, सिर्फ बीट मेकिंग
correct
वीडियोस
correct
डाली।
correct,
बीट मेकिंग वीडियोस डाल के मैंने रिस्पांस देखा लोगों का, एंड आई गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ रिस्पांस, आई गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ फॉलोअर्स। मेरे उस टाइम पे 6000 फॉलोअर्स थे कुछ,
yeah,
असल के
right
टाइम पे।
right
असल के टाइम
Instagram
पे
पे ना,
मतलब, हाँ इंस्टाग्राम पे असल के टाइम पे 6000 फॉलोअर्स थे, तो उसके 6000 से मेरे 7-8 हजार हो गए। मैंने कहा कि
हम्म,
ब्रो अच्छा है, बीट मेकिंग
हाँ,
वीडियोस डालो। तो
yeah
मैंने कहा
yeah
कि अब बीट मेकिंग वीडियोस डाल ही रहे हो तो उसे ढंग से करते हैं, लेट्स बिकम अ प्रॉड बाय
yeah
लैक्स।
yeah 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 yeah,
लैक्स लैक्स कहाँ से आया ब्रो? लैक्स पैरालैक्स प्रोडक्शंस जो मेरा बिजनेस है।
nice,
मैंने कहा यार उसका पैरालैक्स में से ही लैक्स निकाल लेते हैं, तो
but
ज्यादा बेटर होगा।
one thing is that you're beyond beat making also, right? Like, you know, you
Yeah,
are
yeah,
doing
yeah.
all kinds of
I'm
music,
I'm
music
not a
you
beat
want
maker,
prod.
bro. I'm not just
Yeah,
a beat maker.
yeah,
You can just, I'm like an audio professional. All I can say,
exactly.
I'm an audio professional.
Definitely, man. So that
Yeah,
is a big spectrum, and you know,
yeah.
beat
That is
making
a
is
very big
something.
spectrum.
तो वो भी होता है ना, एक महीने में 3 महीने में तुमने 100 बीट्स बना दी, then you start calling yourself a producer, a beat producer. उससे पहले
Yeah,
you can't do that. Like I started doing mixing and
yeah,
production.
yeah, yeah.
I never wrote
Right,
anywhere music producer, audio
right,
engineer
right,
until
right.
maybe 10-12 projects live हो गए, टीवी पे चल
कर
रहे हैं.
दी है,
You know,
सही बात।
then I'm like यार अब मैं लिख सकता हूँ. उससे पहले ना I would just write audio engineer क्योंकि कोर्स तो कर लिया था. You know
सही
that
में,
kind of a
सही
thing.
में,
मतलब
सही में,
so
सही
वो
में।
anyways, so what's asking? Okay, somebody's asking. Sorry, let's jump to this and let's make this a little more interactive. Also, what budget laptop we can buy for music production? Interesting, huh? तुमने सोचा है
Bro,
कभी
you
budget?
can you हाँ bro, बजट में तो you can get a very good laptop like for 60-70 thousand। मतलब मेरे हिसाब से 60-70 हजार में बजट, आई थिंक इतना तो लगाना ही चाहिए म्यूजिक
Yeah,
प्रोडक्शन
yeah,
के लिए। तो
correct.
और ये भी तब है कि जब जब आप थोड़ा बहुत आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस हो गया है, जो भी चीज़ आपके पास है, लाइक इफ यू हैव अ वेरी शिटी लैपटॉप, यू एक्सप्लोर दैट आउट फर्स्ट। उसकी पूरी मार लो, मतलब एक तरीके से
Yeah, yeah.
जस्ट
CPU
जस्ट
burn हो जाए,
हाँ
मतलब
उसको पूरा यूटिलाइज कर लो, और उसके बाद जब लो तो कम से कम इतना बजट लगा के लो कि एक i7 16 GB रैम, 256 या 512 GB SSD,
correct,
इतना तो होना चाहिए
correct. ये
मिनिमम।
specs important जो इसने बोले. I would say quad
हाँ,
core processor होना चाहिए, कम से कम 4 कोर होने चाहिए. आप
4 को।
मतलब SSD हो कम से कम मिनिमम टू मिनिमम 8 हो, लेकिन 16 GB रैम हो तो बढ़िया है. चाहे जो मर्जी अब लैपटॉप हो, चाहे मैक हो चाहे विंडोज, आपको काम
या
यू नो. बट आई विल टेल यू व्हाट वन थिंग ब्रो, अगर नहीं है बजट तो लोग फोन पे ही बना लेते हैं आजकल. एटलीस्ट यू कैन स्टार्ट,
यू कैन स्टार्ट, यू कैन
यू
गेट
कैन
अ हैंग
स्टार्ट
ऑफ इट।
एक्सप्लोरिंग म्यूजिकलिटी, तो एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो ना अपनी. सो फोन, आईपैड, एफएल का वो भी आता है, एफएल का मोबाइल वर्जन विच इज पीपल आर सेइंग बेटर, यू नो, सम वेज. तो
एग्जैक्टली।
मतलब म्यूजिकलिटी एक्सप्लोर करनी है तो आपको लैपटॉप नहीं रोकेगा, लेकिन आपका जो कंप्यूटर है आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो उसमें. डेफिनेटली इफ यू ट्राइंग टू अप योर गेम, देन व्हाट ही सेड, i5 i7 क्वाड प्रोसेसर कम से कम होना चाहिए, ताकि आप 5 साल यूज कर सको अपने कंप्यूटर को. ठीक है.
हाँ
अनिल इज आस्किंग मॉनिटर्स वर्सेस हेडफोन्स.
भाई, मैं तो हेडफोन पे ही काम कर रहा हूँ, अभी 3 महीने हो गए मेरे को।
या
आई एम डूइंग ऑल ऑफ माय प्रोफेशनल प्रोजेक्ट्स, ऑल ऑफ माय प्रोजेक्ट्स ऑन दीज हेडफोन्स, सेम बेयर डायनामिक्स DT9 में। मेरे को ऐसी कोई दिक्कत नहीं आई।
एंड लाइक आई थिंक ओपन बैक या सेमी ओपन बैक हो तो इट हेल्प्स. लोग क्लोज में भी कर लेते हैं. मॉनिटर्स का ना एक साउंड होता है, वो आदत पड़ जाए ना, देन यू कैन ट्रांसलेट इट टू योर हेडफोन्स. बट इफ यू नेवर रियली
हेडफोन
थॉट ऑफ मॉनिटर्स ना, थोड़ा ये पंगा हो
मॉनिटर्स या
जाता है, इमेजिंग नहीं समझ आती, सेंटर इमेजिंग. तो आई वुड से कि इफ यू कैन स्पेंड सम टाइम विद सम इवन 10,000 के मॉनिटर्स, जस्ट नोइंग सेंटर इमेज, ट्रस्ट दीज फॉर
ब्रो, उसके लिए मॉनिटर्स की भी जरूरत नहीं है इमेजिंग
स्पीकर
समझने के
चलेंगे,
लिए। यू कैन जस्ट यूज जो अपने स्पीकर हैं होम ऑडियो
चलेंगे
वाले,
चलेंगे,
लेफ्ट
हाँ.
और राइट रखो उसको। और
या बट अगर फैंटम सेंटर नहीं समझ आ रहा ना, तो
हाँ,
हेडफोन्स में थोड़ा सा ट्रबल आ जाता है विद.
हेडफोन, हाँ
या तो जस्ट एक्सप्लोर दिस,
राइट।
बट हेडफोन्स पे काम हो जाता है. बट लाइक यू नो, स्टार्ट या मिक्स इट अप. आई वुड से मिक्स इट अप, है ना, कि मतलब इफ यू कैन मिक्स इट अप.
मैं भाई, अगर देखो पैसे हैं मॉनिटर्स
हाँ,
लेने के तो ले लो, वरना
फिर कर
हेडफोन
लो
पे सारा काम हो जाएगा, ऐसी कोई दिक्कत
हेडफोन्स.
वाली बात नहीं है।
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट. एंड अनिल हैज DT770s. आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज आस्किंग, सो
सही है, बढ़िया है,
लाइक और क्या
बढ़िया
चाहिए ब्रो. सो आवर टीचर्स आल्सो लर्न टू वर्क ऑन 770s, यू नो, लाइक तो उनके भी
है।
यही हेडफोन्स ट्रस्टेड हैं. तो हाउ मच डिड यू गेट फॉर द फर्स्ट हसल बीट ब्रो, आंसर कर दो.
हाउ मच डिड यू गेट फॉर द फर्स्ट, लाइक एज इन फर्स्ट हसल
पैसा
बीट
पैसा
मतलब?
कितना मिला फर्स्ट बीट का? वो उसने आंसर
फर्स्ट
किया था
बीट
थोड़ी
का
देर पहले. ही सेड के
हसल
फर्स्ट
वाज
बीट का.
नॉट
या हाँ बताओ.
Hustle was not a beat ऐसा कि नहीं मैं एक beat बनाऊंगा तो इतने पैसे मिलेंगे. I used to get a certain amount per month and I'm not comfortable enough to disclose that.
But he was first or given that offer without any money. He was said ke bas bana do.
Yeah,
So in actually, if you ask for the first beat, it was like just do it, prove yourself first, right?
just
And
do.
then
Yeah, yeah,
eventually
that is it.
he did get paid because it was good.
Right,
So the answer
right.
is literally that ke matlab, make sure your stuff is like banging, it's happening,
Bang on.
it
Yeah,
has to be something which is like मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना. Even if you make a, how do I say it, music को छोड़ो, आलू का पराठा भी ऐसा बनाओगे कि लोग पैसा देना, तो like it has to be so good that people want to pay
good.
money for it.
Same money
That
for
is
it.
the main
सही
thing.
बात.
Learn that aesthetic, and then you'll get to business. So let's come to the business. So let's say you learn some production,
Hmm.
you work in a studio, you got some experience.
Yeah,
Now, how do you get about selling? How do you get about branding? Hrithik, bro, let's come to the main thing. I have also
bro.
something to learn here.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro. Marketing और branding तो it's like आज के time पे अगर if you, it's very sad, but if you don't have the numbers right now, especially at this point of time, people are not gonna take you seriously.
Yeah, correct.
That's what it has come down to, and it's mainly because of how social media is influencing and even changing the scene
Yeah,
as altogether. Like at this point of time, you don't have a business card, bro. Your Instagram is your business card. If you
definitely.
shoot someone a message, so I didn't tell. I don't think I tell you know this, but I got an endorsement from Oak Sound Suit too.
Nice.
I Yeah, I got that plugin like just a week back. I got that plugin from Oak Sound, and a huge shout out to them for sending it over. They sent me an NFR, and
Bro,
all I did was just
love that plugin. Yeah. Anyways, go on.
all
Yeah.
I did, bro. All I did was send them an Instagram text that if you are interested, I would love to try it out. I have like a certain amount of following, and you can just check my page or the content that I post. And they replied back, and they gave me their email address, and they sent me a copy of their plugin, and it's a $250 plugin, bro.
Bro, I
That's what
paid
I
$250 for it in lockdown. I went broke. I had to start a
fuck,
GoFundMe.
bro.
So
Fuck, bro.
press
So
F. Press F for respect for Prod by Lax. He's our boy. They gave him the plugin. Fucking
yeah,
dude, this is inspiring, man. Shit, this is the
yeah.
shit that we want.
So,
Yeah, man.
but so this is what I'm telling you.
Epic.
I wouldn't. मेरे को ये plugin नहीं मिलता अगर मेरे पास numbers नहीं होते
Correct, correct,
back
correct.
करते. वो क्यों देते मेरे को plugin भाई? क्यों दूँ तुझे मैं plugin? मतलब वो मेरे से ये
बिल्कुल
बोलते.
ब्रो. मतलब exactly. मतलब I
तो
could be a
बात
power
वही है.
user. I could be
Yeah,
I could be power user making a lot of shit, but if people don't know, it's
yeah.
not visible,
People
तो वो
don't know.
मुझे क्यों देंगे?
Yeah,
So like
सही
that
बात
kind
है.
of a thing.
सही बात है. अगर
Man,
CLA अगर क्रिस लॉर्ड एल्गी को कोई जानता नहीं होता ब्रो तो वो उसको कौन
exactly.
कोई उसको अपने plugins बनाने को देता. बात वही है ना.
Definitely, bro. Like,
तो नंबर्स आज के टाइम पे बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. देयर आर सर्टेन थिंग्स दैट यू कैन डू टू ग्रो. मैंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें करी हैं इंस्टाग्राम पे. मैंने पहले मेटल गिटार वीडियोस डाले,
mm-hmm.
फ्लॉप. दूसरी चीज़ मैंने डाली बीट मेकिंग वीडियोस, नॉर्मल.
Yeah.
तीसरे में जब मैंने डालने चालू की एजुकेशनल पोस्ट, ब्रो, स्काई रॉकेट. सो
देखो, हाँ.
this only shows that people are very selfish.
हाँ, when they get
People are
something they can benefit from.
when they get something या तो आप कंटेंट ऐसा बना रहे हो जो बहुत
यार,
ज्यादा entertaining है, ठीक है.
पता है क्या है? You're adding value to their life by doing this, ना?
You're adding
It's
exactly,
not
bro.
their selfish. It's, I think
Value किस
this
तरीके
can,
से ऐड कर सकते हो?
हाँ.
You can add value to someone's life by doing this two things. Either you entertain them or you educate them. All right.
Cool. भाई मैं कॉपी ला रहा हूँ, अब तो नोट्स लेने हैं. चलो बताओ, आप बताओ, कंटिन्यू करो.
So
Guys, if you're not making notes now, then like अब फिर क्यों लाइव हो मुझे नहीं पता. चलो, हाँ, ठीक है.
so either you educate them or you entertain them. That are the two main takeaways of this. That you have your content has to be one of these two. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि ब्रो हाफ एज्ड कुछ भी मतलब डाल दिया, खाने की फोटो डाल दी अपनी या कुछ भी डाल दिया. You
Correct,
have to
correct.
take Instagram very seriously and realize that this is what people will be seeing and this is what is going to leave an impression on them.
Yeah.
So you have to be very selective about what you're posting and find things that work for you. So for me, as I told you, beat making videos did fine, guitar videos did bad, and like these educational posts did amazing.
Yeah.
So you have to find it. You have to find it for yourself in your current niche. What do you love? And this is not just for producers. This is for everyone.
Definitely.
Whatever you love doing, you can use social media to leverage that. Let's say you love making good food. You can start um, posting these recipes or like something like that, which lets people make food faster or like something like that, which is benefiting them in a way, and then you are gonna get following. That is, and then बात क्या होती है? Once you have a certain amount of followers, your clients are a part of those followers only.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a matter of finding your clients out from those followers, which is not very hard. Hard part is to gather the crowd first,
Correct.
right?
So it gives you this
That is the
power
art.
where
Yeah.
it gives. So guys, let me explain it this way. It gives anybody, not just Hrithik, it gives somebody a power that if I am a mix engineer, I drop a Instagram story that next 10 mixes I'll do at 10,000.
Yeah.
I don't know, nothing my way. If he drops it, maybe the 10 slots will get booked before he wakes up, you know? So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is this is your internet real estate. ये तुम्हारी दुकान है एक
Hmm.
तरीके से. तुम्हारे मॉल में कितने लोग आते हैं in a way, you know?
सही बात है, सही बात है.
So so be very aware of this, and you know your skill is one thing, but what he just said, your Instagram handle, you know, I used to think your portfolio or your website is your business card. You just flipped
Yes.
it for me. You're right, bro. You're
No,
completely
bro.
right.
My
What
Instagram is my
portfolio?
business.
You know, क्योंकि मैं 10 अपने वर्क्स भेजता हूँ ना किसी को, कोई खोलता ही नहीं है ब्रो,
हाँ.
क्योंकि कोई सिंगर मुझे
Right.
भी भेजता है और मैं उसको हायर भी
Bro.
कर लेता हूँ, लेकिन मैं उसकी 10 वीडियो नहीं देखता ब्रो, मतलब
ब्रो
टाइम
बात ये है ना, बात ये है कि आज पूरी दुनिया सोशल मीडिया, इंस्टाग्राम पे पूरी दुनिया है ब्रो.
करेक्ट.
अगर तू तू आलिया भट्ट को भी मैसेज लिखेगा ना, और वो भी तेरा रिप्लाई कर सकती है ब्रो. बात ये है. You can reach anyone, bro. You can reach fucking Rihanna. You can reach
You're right.
Drake. You can reach anyone
Yeah, you're right, bro.
at your fingertips, bro. So you have this amazing power in your hand, right? That enables you to connect to anyone in the world, which is just fucking amazing. So like that example that I told you, Oak Sound wala, that was me just creating a fucking opportunity out of nowhere.
You're
I just
also
found,
creating opportunity for Sood na, for
yeah,
Oak Sound. You know,
exactly, exactly,
that is the
exactly.
main thing. You're
That is a
adding
win-win.
value to them,
That is a win-win situation for both of us.
bro. Yeah, it's a. Let me be honest with you. For them, it's a digital copy. It's a
Right.
serial code that they've already developed the product, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They share it with you. You get
Yeah.
it out to 16,000 more people.
Mm,
That's
exactly.
that's the value that you're adding to those guys, you know. And
Right,
that's why
right,
they're like, yeah, bro. You there you go. You have it. A plugin reviewer. If you have a good channel doing reviews
mm,
and you get lots of views, you'll get
right,
any
right.
plugin you want. You know, fucking. But
Exactly.
this is, bro. This moment was this moment. इसीलिए live कर रहे थे. Like you just told us this thing. I'm just like, damn. I mean, it's about time that this shit happens. You know. So
Yeah, yeah,
very nice, bro. So you said something.
yeah,
You know, either educate or entertain, which is very cool
yeah.
because you can find your niche quickly. कि अगर मैं
Right.
entertainer type बंदा हूँ, if you're a singer and you think you get following very quickly when you put a singing video, then capitalize on that,
सही
right?
बात है, सही
है
बात
ना?
है. Exactly,
Very-
exactly.
So you started. So how did you even get to 6,000 followers first? Like normal कैसे हुआ वो?
6,000 followers, bro. मैं Instagram कर रहा हूँ 2014 से.
But you're doing it
So
seriously, or what?
yeah, I
Like
was doing it seriously. If you go to my मतलब पीछे पीछे जाओगे 2016 में, you will
yeah, yeah.
get एक के बाद एक videos, guitar covers and all of these. That time I was doing this. So
So
वो 4
Instagram for
साल,
you was never that
yeah,
personal shit. It was always your
it was
business card,
always लाइक
or
ब्रो मेरे
sort
को
of like
पता नहीं
music life.
बचपन से ही बढ़ाने थे ब्रो. मेरे को
हाँ.
बढ़ाने थे फॉलोअर्स अपने. मैं चाहता था कि मेरे बहुत फॉलोअर्स
Nice, nice, nice.
स्टार्टिंग से. सो
That's
मैंने so
बढ़िया.
that's where I got the drive to just push content out. Let's see what works, what not. तो 4 साल कंटेंट डालने, 4 साल कंसिस्टेंट और इनकंसिस्टेंट कंटेंट डालने के बाद मेरे 6,000 फॉलोअर्स हुए. ठीक है. और 1 साल अभी एजुकेशनल और बीट कंटेंट डालने के बाद मेरे हो गए 17-18,000
Yeah,
फॉलोअर्स.
yeah.
तो मतलब 10,000 फॉलोअर तक पहुंचने में मेरे को ऑलमोस्ट 4-5 साल लग गए.
Yeah.
और अब जो जितने मेरे अभी हैं वो 1 साल से भी कम में हैं.
Definitely, bro. That's right. So
Yeah.
वो जो पहला start होता है ना, उसमें effort लगता है. It takes
ब्रो
a long time
सबसे ज्यादा
to
पता
get
है
to
किसमें
10K.
लगता है? सबसे ज्यादा लगता है 1,000 में.
हाँ.
Hardest
Okay.
hardest to achieve is 1,000, bro. If you have 1,000 real fans, then it's easier to get to 10,000.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you have 10,000, then it's very easier. Then it's easier. Then it's not
Definitely.
easier, but the process becomes exponential. You know, your growth becomes exponential.
So boys and girls, there's actually a thing on YouTube, Google search for it. It's called 1,000 real fans. It's a concept that's been explored that once you have that, now you are onto something.
Varun, I
1000.
am really
Yeah.
sorry, but I have
Yeah.
some work to do.
So
I think we have 5 more minutes.
let's close this by
Yeah,
6:35, 6:40. Okay,
yeah,
guys. So what was the main thing? You said that the education thing took off for you, but you tried many
right.
things before that, and we
Yeah,
all
yeah,
have
yeah.
to. Pehle,
Right.
you keep doing things until something clicks, right?
Until something clicks, exactly. And now
Now,
this thing
yeah,
clicked, and I am just capitalizing on that. And also, bro, Instagram, it's like, there are so many free tools that you like, all of the graphics that you see. I make them on Canva. It's a free site, and I have not even paid for their subscription.
yeah, yeah,
I've been using it fully for free.
yeah, yeah.
So everything is at your fingertips. You just need to utilize it. You can learn Photoshop. Even I know video editing and all of these things I've learned on myself.
So
मतलब
these
video
are some
editing,
essential things to learn. Video editing,
it's
Photoshop तो जानना ही
very
पड़ेगा.
important.
Yeah.
Bro, video editing, Photoshop, graphic designing and making music. अगर आप
Yeah,
म्यूजिक प्रोड्यूसर हो तो आपको ये
yeah, yeah.
सारी चीजें आनी चाहिए आज के
बढ़िया
टाइम
बढ़िया. I hope someone is writing down this list for themselves. मैंने
पे.
तो लिख लिया था.
Yeah.
अच्छा ये पूछ रहा हूँ, एक चीज मेरे को ये पूछने का है कि do you have some rules like रोज एक पोस्ट करनी है, whatever, some ethic?
Exactly. Yeah.
What is it?
I'll tell you exactly how it clicked. So, मेरे I think in June 4th June, I started posting consistently. Okay, so I started out with posting one post every single day.
Hmm.
I did that for a week. I gained like 100, 200 followers.
Hmm.
Then I increased the amount frequency, and I was doing 2 posts a week. Then my follower gained like a little more.
Yeah.
Then I eventually reached to a point where I was posting 3 times every single day,
Wow.
which is a lot of content to make. But I was making it because lockdown. I was
Yeah, yeah.
there.
You're keeping
You have
yourself
a lot
busy.
of
Yeah.
you have a lot of time to do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was making 3 posts every single day, and I was growing. And I was still not growing at the rate which I'm growing right now. And why is that happened? Because that time Instagram didn't know what my account is. The whole game, bro, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
the whole game is to let Instagram know that your account is teaching people music, or your account is making music, or your account is teaching people cooking. Something. See, bro, Instagram is an algorithm, okay? कोई असली
Hmm.
बंदा तो है नहीं.
Correct.
इंस्टाग्राम को कैसे पता कि ये पोस्ट अच्छा है, इसको मैं मेरे को लोगों को दिखाना है.
और
इंस्टाग्राम.
किसको
हाँ,
दिखाना है?
हाँ, तो how Instagram determines that is by your engagement. How many people are saving your post? How many people are liking? How many people are commenting? How many people are sharing it on your stories? So this is how you teach the algorithm that okay भाई इस पोस्ट को बहुत लोग सेव कर रहे हैं, इसको मैं एक्सप्लोर पे दिखाता हूँ. रोज सारा गेम है, अगर तुम्हारा पोस्ट एक्सप्लोर पेज पे लैंड कर जा रहा है ना, बल्ले बल्ले है फिर.
Nice.
मेरा भी एक पोस्ट ड्रम कंप्रेशन चीट शीट जो मैंने डाली थी, that post has reached 200,000 people up
Wow.
till now, and that post has given me around 1400 follows from a single fucking post, bro.
Nice. Yeah, you told me 2
Yeah.
weeks back that some posts were going
Yeah.
viral. You were like, bro,
Yeah.
viral हो रही हैं, मतलब,
So वही है, to let Instagram know that your post is this, and once Instagram को एक बार पता चल गया कि ठीक है इसका पोस्ट ये है, तो वो बहुत लोगों को दिखा देगा, bro. वो फ्री में एडवर्टाइज कर देगा, bro. Instagram algorithm is your friend. You need to leverage it.
Okay, bro, a couple of questions. Litton has asked a lot of questions. He said, Lax and Varun, where can we find all your work?
So you can find all of my work on my Instagram
Yeah.
and my website.
Yeah, same bro. My website squarewavestudios.com, varunkapai.com, दोनों अभी बना रहा हूँ, in progress है, but मेरा काम थोड़ा बहुत मिल जाएगा. All my work you cannot find it because some of it is still yet to be
Private.
published. मतलब वो मेरा नहीं है ना, किसी और के लिए काम किया है,
Yeah.
तो वो जब लॉन्च करेंगे तब मैं
Yeah.
डाल दूंगा अपने YouTube पे, ठीक है ना?
Bro, final question दे दे मेरे को एक.
ठीक है.
Last question, final question.
Final question.
Yeah.
कोई आ जाओ पूछ लो. उसके बाद Prod by Lax जा रहा है. फिर 3-4 महीने बाद एक सेकंड कॉन्वर्सेशन शायद अप्लाई करेंगे हम.
बिल्कुल करेंगे bro.
So, okay, bro, I think it's just you give one piece of advice for all these guys, those 17,000 followers that follow you, and they want to make it as a music producer. One piece of advice that you would want to drop.
Bro, one piece of the most important piece of advice that I want to tell you is it's about nothing. It's just about your mindset. And I think the only reason why I'm here, wherever I am, I don't think I'm anywhere or like मैं बहुत कोई बड़ी चीज हूँ. But wherever I am because of only one thing, which is called the mindset. So you have to understand that it's all about your mindset. अगर आप लोग if you want to do something, you can do it provided you are putting in the work. and you are putting in the daily work ethics that are needed to achieve that. And you have to be like, I'm not saying you have to be best in the world, but you have to be best to your capability. मतलब मेरा ये सीन रहता है कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि यार मैं जितना बेस्ट कर सकता हूँ अपना अपना बेस्ट बन जाऊँ. मतलब म्यूजिक में भी जितना लेवल मेरा बेस्ट हो सकता है, आई वांट टू रीच दैट लेवल कि मैं अपने लिए, कि भाई ठीक है मैं अपने हिसाब से आई एम पुटिंग इन माई 100% एंड आई डोंट केयर अबाउट द रिजल्ट्स. This is I think the most important thing.
So marketing करनी है, उसमें भी you learn to do it right. Instagram करना है, learn to do
Yeah,
it right, and
yeah.
like put maximum energy, full on.
Learn from your mistakes and this just strive to get better every day. Like
I
कल
guess
से better आज.
exactly, or don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like just
Don't
go.
be afraid to make mistakes, bro. I tried out so many things and I मतलब वही 6,000 तक पहुंचा ब्रो 4-5 साल मेहनत करने के बाद.
हाँ bro.
तब तक फेल भी हुआ काफी बार, बट फिर उसके बाद जब चीजें क्रैक हो गई तो फिर उसके बाद बहुत सही हो गया सीन.
Bro, thank you so much, all of you guys. So YouTube is running here, so I keep looking there, bro.
सही है सही है सही है सही है.
Listen, Hrithik is onto something. I follow him closely. You'll pick up 3 things and you'll be on your own way. You cannot be
Yeah.
Hrithik. You cannot try and go in his thing and beat him at it, but you can do your thing. This is
Yeah,
what
exactly. This is also very important.
अपनी branding set कर लो.
Yeah.
You're not competing with actually even your next neighbor. You're only competing with yourself.
Yourself.
You will be offering the exact same services. You could be offering mixing, mastering, beat making, but you will be your brand. And
Exactly.
काम सबके लिए है, to be honest. Parallel में
सही में बहुत काम है ब्रो, बहुत काम है सबके
there's
लिए
so
काम
much
है.
audio to be made, bro. जो इसके
सबके
बाद
लिए
कूड़े वाला जिंगल भी जा रहा था, वो कोई जिंगल बजा रहा था, ठीक है ना?
सही
तो
में
अभी
सही में.
so yeah, to be honest with you, like Hrithik is working on a whole lot of mixes right now. He has to jump and answer his clients के क्यों नहीं पहुंचे हैं files अभी तक. So he kind of wanted to move this session also. Just saying.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful that you did this for us. ठीक है ना?
I appreciate it, man. It was fun.
Man,
It was really, it was fun, man. मजा आया काफी कुछ.
I hope you know this benefits everyone. All
I'm
the
glad, bro. I'm
listeners.
glad. I'm
Even
glad if it even if it helps a single person, I'll be glad, bro.
man, I hope this brings you also some more followers. मेरे YouTube से लोग तुम्हारे वहाँ आ जाएंगे, bro. I want
Thanks
that
a
to
lot, bro.
happen. मतलब I want to
Same
see
here,
this
man.
reach.
Same here. Same
Cheers,
here, man.
man. Blessings. This was awesome.
It's all about collaboration, man. Take care, bro. Bye.
Okay, bye, Hrithik.
See you.
I'll just say a
See you,
closing word.
everyone.
I'll say a
See you,
closing word to
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
lots of love, guys.
Cool, man. Cool.
Thank you so much, Hrithik, bro. This was awesome. Hey guys, so now here it is me alone. I'll just give a closing comment and this is about it. If you have questions, you can DM me, DM Prod by Lax also. You know, I can answer what I can answer. Prod by Lax will answer what he answers. But ultimately in life, I guess we all have to definitely keep going and we have to find our own answers also. Just to see if I missed anything important. Um, yeah, I mean, sorry, we didn't touch Melody plugin for which is Prod by Lax का मतलब I think he's made a post about it. Okay, हाउ कैन आई ग्रो माई रैपिंग चैनल? यार वो भी वो ही जानते हैं ज़्यादा, लेकिन मतलब मैं बता रहा हूँ कि फर्स्ट मेक श्योर, ओके फाइन, सेंड मी योर रैप, ओके लाइक सेंड मी योर चैनल. तो हमारे चैनल पे अभी क्या है दिखाओ, एंड इफ इट्स गुड आई विल शेयर इट, अदर पीपल विल शेयर इट, ठीक है ना? गेट योर फ्रेंड्स टू शेयर योर चैनल, सी मतलब व्हाट काइंड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स इफ यू गेटिंग अ रिस्पॉन्स दैट मीन्स इट्स गुड, इफ यू आर नॉट दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू गेट बेटर फर्स्ट. आई हैव नो आइडिया on no next. I'm gonna try opening your channel, okay, bro? My favorite producers, man. This list is mad. My favorite producers. यार ये बहुत ही बड़ा है, मतलब इसके लिए एक पूरा बुक बन सकता है कि मतलब इंडिया के अलग हैं, बॉलीवुड के अलग हैं, दिल्ली के अलग हैं, साउथ के इंडिया के अलग हैं, बाहर के अलग हैं. बट इफ आई हैव टू गिव यू माय फेवरेट प्रोड्यूसर्स, तो माय फेवरेट प्रोड्यूसर्स आर एक्चुअली म्यूजिशियंस. तो मतलब माय फेवरेट प्रोड्यूसर्स आर लाइक क्विंसी जोन्स. माय फेवरेट प्रोड्यूसर्स वुड बी लाइक, I mean, Charlie Puth. The guy is a phenomenal musician, So I go there, man. Like, I don't know if it makes sense, but my favorite producers are phenomenal musicians. Like the grandest level of musicians that is possible. Those are the guys that I follow as producers because they're Jacob Collier. Like they're not. I don't look at them as songwriters or composers. I think they're all producers. So, man, those are mine. Okay, guys, I think I will close this session. I also only slept 4 hours last night. There's a lot of work going on because lockdown is getting over. Nothing important, right? Styles of hip hop. Okay, someone is just answering. Yeah, guys. Yeah, this is beautiful. I want you all to have a community, answer each other's questions, give each other tips. who knows what someone might get out of this. My only goal, let me finish with this. My only goal to do this podcast is to talk to people who have done specific things very well and figure out kaise kiya, and then we learn from it and we do it. Okay, guys? Cheers. Bye bye. Let's learn to end this stream also. That's also very important.